How is it going? I slept on the wrong side of the bed. I think I inhaled one of my pillowcases or something. No, I left the window open last night, and bad news. So I've been coughing all morning, and I'm still coughing. But it's working stuff out of my lungs, so it's an effective cough, but it's a kind of an annoyance. So I'm gonna be muting a lot today and coughing and hacking because I'm dumb. I went to bed with a 3D print in my pocket too. I can't do my normal laugh because then it'll drum up all the stuff to make me cough. Cuts of the word Scandinavian. Yeah, we're reverse engineering a Scandinavian today. I'm gonna figure out how they work, because I don't know. Now I'm gonna cough now because I just laughed. Man, that's gonna be fun today. Woo! Okay. You may think that this is a shotgun shell, but it is not. This is just a spring holder that I made last night. It was a 1-hour print, but it just holds the brake pedal spring from the Fanatic pedals. And this one has a little bit more travel, this one here, than its predecessor, although it does look a little weaker down at the bottom. But all this is designed to do, yeah, it's much better. All this is designed to do is to just go in front of the load cell. And so when you press on the load cell, the brake pedal has some squish to it, but it also still translates into force. I don't know, I'll have to do something about the ridges, that noise. We could do the salt packing around it, possibly. Oh, dear God. It brought up a bunch of the 3D print bed with it. Oh no, that's just a burnt out piece of filament. Okay, good. I was very careful to let everything cool down because I don't want my nice new 3D print bed to erode. But I hope this works. I hope this works. It's like just a little thing to promote brake pedal movement. Because the brakes in my car move. These don't. They have a little piece of foam that they squish against, but that's it. So this we can try it out. But it makes a lot of noise. But I don't think I care if the brakes make a lot of noise in the car. I think that's okay. Because in the sim setup, in my car, the only car that I've worked on in a while, which is not a real car, although it's starting to feel like one, which is the whole point. Is Robert doing KSP? Yeah, I would love to do KSP. We should do that at some point. I'll have to get, I want to get like a mods list from him because he's got good stuff and he's in the up and up with what people is doing with Kerbal. Looking around here. Oh, that's right. I need to install some software. Yeah, it really is far away and under the table. Though TurboNad put a lot of work into making his setup completely silent. He was like putting little bits of foam everywhere on it to make it completely silent, which is, I don't know. I just, if it's all the way at my feet and it's making weird noises, it's not gonna make it to the mic. At least not my microphone, but it'll just bother me if it makes the ridges against ridges noises every time. Like if I can feel that from the pedal, because it, like that you can feel it. So I could do the salt sintering on this. Get like a metal, or I don't know, whatever would be this tall, and pack some salt around it. That might help. It'll make the sides smooth, but then it'll also have a weird matte look to it, and it'll be kind of strange. That, or I could just sand. I could just sand this piece, the outer piece. What the hell? Oh, weird. Bruce is doing weird stuff with the where the layers split off. Look at this. Look at this. Why is this so dark? Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, my voice is gonna be like kind of rough today, just because of the way I slept. Hey, look, a 10 kilo ohm resistor. Didn't know that was there. Look at what it did with the layers. where it splits off the roundabout. It just moved it clockwise every single time. So I got these weird... I didn't tell it to do that. No, it's just whatever's configured, yeah. It just did it. Yeah, like, see, there's the end right there. But yeah, that traces all the way down in a corkscrew. I don't know if I have the setting enabled to have it break the layers at different parts, but I guess it's good that it is that it's somehow set. Yeah, weird. I guess it stopped doing it there because it had the inner circle to do as well. Where did it put the other one? Oh yeah, that one's, damn it. I keep missing it. Yeah, that one's all over the place. See, that's all over the place. And then when it only had to print the shaft, that's when it did that rotating thing. Weird. Pretty cool. I double click that. This one has a little bit less distance. It's about 4 millimeters different than this one, but it works. So I just have a little peg on either side just to keep the spring aligned, and then one thing moves against the other, and that's it. That's all it is. I'm beeping. Why am I beeping? I already had 10 units of insulin for what? Jesus Christ. Is my body mad at me? What are you doing? That's like a linear rise. It's so weird. Give a little bit of insulin there, just pump it into my system. Hopefully that doesn't overcorrect. One of the drugs that I take, I haven't been taking, so I'm a little bit less sensitive to insulin right now. Actually, it's not my sensitivity, it's just the amount of carbohydrates that I'm getting from stuff has increased. That, and I woke up, God, I basically put it this way, I left my lungs outside last night. I left the window open a little too far, and it must have gotten cold. Louis doing the animal battle simulator, which Tomato played yesterday, which was hilarious. Man, at that point, nobody had gifted me a sub to Louis. I don't like sub to streamers mainly. I think it's just fun to like get gifted to streamers. I don't know if they take that as rude, but it feels weird. I think Rabaz put it best. It's like we're throwing money at each other and Twitch is just in the middle, like scraping off. But yeah, I didn't have a sub to Louis. Much love to Louis, but I didn't have a sub to him, so I wasn't able to do a Goro emote in the in Tomato's stream when he was playing that game. Viewers are hard to come by today, aren't they? Everybody's doing cool stuff except for me. That's how the whole economy works. Well, it's how you win in thermonuclear war. You don't play the game. It's the best strategy that we got. Those of you who have subbed to me for a long time, thank you. And those who gift subs in streams, thank you as well. Anybody who's ever gifted me a sub to their favorite streamer, know that I am endlessly thankful for that popularity, for the clout, and the ability to use cool emotes that these other people make. All right, so somewhere in my stream section, way down far, I have a link. Ways of implementing serial monitoring. I'm gonna be struggling today. This is not gonna be easy. Did I close all my Arduino windows? I think my computer restarted, so yeah. Excuse me. Today's not gonna be easy. Today's gonna be very difficult. What is this article? Oh, here's that thing. Alternative solution. Arduino's serial port monitor can support basic serial communication, but anything else like data monitoring, blah, 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 blah. Now you can open and close COM ports. Sniffing COM ports, yes. Sniffy. Serial port monitor, 4.8 ranking. Is this the good one or not? I don't, All right, I guess we'll get it. Thank you for downloading serial port monitor. Let's install this software that I don't trust. Yes, click yes on the yes dialog. I accept your agreement. Wait, trial version? No, cancel. Yeah, I want to cancel that. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. Hold on. View numbers are fake according to Twitch, but they base everything off of that. Free serial protocol analyzer, serialportmonitor.com. This one seems even less reputable. It's a software product. I hate that. Hate the sound of that. Custom installation. I guess you're okay. The free software landscape is kind of degraded, hasn't it? Did you auto start without even Internet Explorer 11? Really? What the fuck is this? What is this? Get out of here. Oh my God. It opened up a browser window, you fucking asshole. Jeez. Why did it try? Yeah. God. What? Oh my God. All right, hold on. I'm gonna be coughing a lot today, so expect a lot of muting. I don't like these. I don't like these. Yeah, Bingissimo, do you know a good, like, basically free serial port monitor? Because I'm looking around at stuff. I thought I had a good link to one, but apparently it's a little shadier than I thought. What? Oh, it's 4:19 and I'm talking about coughing a lot. No, this is because I left the window open last night. This is because I left the window open last night. Yeah, run Bitcoin miner in compatibility mode. I need something that's going to accept 115200 serial data and possibly even organize packets and be a readable interface for me to do a little bit of reverse engineering here. The ones that I've been able to find are shadier than I'd like. I mean, I guess we'll run a compatibility mode one in just a minute here, but I feel like they're all scraping shit off of me, you know. Boot up the O-scope. Let the vacuum tubes heat up or whatever. What? There we go. Yeah, Crunchy Stars, Scandinavian cereal. Okay. Okay. All right, you bastard. Fucking piece of shit program. Doesn't even want to run. I'll be running in the background right now. I said run as administrator, and it's like I don't really have permission to do that. And I'm like, I gave you all the permissions. Like, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm not nearly drunk enough to reverse engineer Finnish serial signals. Where's Grand Devices from? I just said Scandinavian because I wanted to be as blankety as possible. Oh my God, cookies. Oh, they're in Finland. Oh. They're in Xiaomi, which sounds like Shenzhen. Xiaomi. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, they're in Finland. All right. What part of Finland? Yes, 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 yes. Very much north of where my summer car takes place. My summer car is like somewhere around here, I think. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. I think Rabaz is like somewhere. I don't know. Just Pythia. It's like somewhere around there. Anyway. Bluetooth of my phone started to periodically drop off. Bloody Samsung. Oh, that doesn't bode well. The Omnipod that I'm trying to get, the pump that I'm trying to get, Omnipod uses a Samsung device as the pump controller, which is, it's just a phone, but it all works off of Bluetooth as well. So that doesn't bode well. That fills me with a little bit of worry. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm not going to be able to catch all of the coughing under my... Let's leave that open. I'm not going to be able to catch all of my coughing under the mute button, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try not to cough in your faces today, chat. I left the window open. Guess it got really cold. We've been under kind of like a freeze watch around here, and I really shouldn't have opened the window as far as I did, but it turns out I left my lungs outside. And so as a result, I get to deal with all the phlegm today. I've been coughing bad, like all day. Just bad coughing. It's starting to affect my voice, and I was considering whether or not I would actually stream today, because, you know, my voice is a little bit, it's a little bit important to what I do. I can have a really terrible voice. Maybe I'll take on, what's his name? Corpse Husband or whatever. What is that guy? He's got like a chronic condition though, and his voice is like crazy. It's like 4 octaves lower than mine. And ridiculous. So maybe I can cough myself into Twitch fame. Yeah, actually, I would call my cough, well, it's not good that I have it, but it is a good cough because it is a productive cough. It's actually moving phlegm out of my fucking lungs. I had when I woke up, I took a deep breath and it was like, and I was like, like just coughing it all. So. It's been a productive cough, and that it's actually doing something, and it's going away as it does something. Like I'm actually not coughing right now, which is pretty cool. I'm able to talk to you guys for a little bit. Now it may come back. I'll try to get on the mute button, but yeah, that's my deal today. So this is a frustrating thing. This serial signal stuff that we're looking at. We got a Granite Devices Simu Cube. I'll intro, of course, again, but this has been bothering me. I've been trying to get ahead of this, and I haven't been able to. I haven't been able to concentrate on it because it's been a bit of a hurdle. So we need to sniff out some serial packets, and then we need to reverse engineer them. And if we can get far enough with this, we could make an Arduino start to send alternative serial packets. We'll see where we can get with this. This is some good old-fashioned reverse engineering we're doing right here. This is like peak reverse engineering. It's pretty cool. We can see what the structure of this packet is. Maybe the fins do something weird with their packets, right? Maybe they do something weird with them. I don't think so though. I think they're just gonna be normal. But man, it would be nice if they had an API, because this is so easy to get to. They have a header on their thing that is a literal FTDI. Like this breakout board that I have, this little FTDI serial board, can plug right into that header and just start messing with serial signals. Beautiful. Simu Cube, pin out. Yeah, that helps. Thanks, Google. That really helps. Shoot. Yeah, it got suddenly cold around here. It's in the 40s right now, Fahrenheit. So, for some reason, that's really fucked over my voice. Yoink, censored. Oh, how's Soding doing? Holy shit. Got a lot of viewers. I know, right? I actually just ordered chili pepper seeds. I don't know if they're gonna have time to grow into chili peppers this season. Then again, I don't think we're gonna ever have a winter again. So we're probably maybe a thermonuclear winter. Yeah, we might actually. Yeah. Radioactive dust will cause the next winter we actually have. So maybe I'll have time for some chili peppers between now and then. Diacritical marks on top. What is that? I don't understand, Rayford. I don't get the words you use in the language thing that you try to communicate. What do we need the pin out for? Oh yeah, I just wanted to see where yeah, there it is. That's actually all the way down here. This is the one. This is the one. Yeah, this is a literal FTDI USB serial cable thing. Pretty cool. Nice of them to include that, but then also give us no documentation that helps. So, no documentation at all. I wonder if I should start the chili peppers and just like put them in here for a little while. Well, I should have done that 2 months ago, I think. Damn it. I don't know how fast they grow. I haven't even gotten the seeds in the mail. They're coming in a minute. Maybe today. I don't know. The alternative to that is, of course, just going to like Home Depot, just buying a pepper plant that's already grown. I wonder what the serial display shows you, or how that even comes about. Like, shouldn't these be the serial display? Because that's like a 3D printer kind of thing. If I plug in one of my 3D printer displays into those two headers, I wonder what we get on the other side. Because I would have loved to use some of these as like a way to communicate. I mean, there's SCK and MOSI on that. We could have used that to communicate all the stuff. Oh, those are the, oh, okay. So those are the letter markings. I forgot what those were called. Huh. Man, I'm beat up. all this work with like frame rails and stuff. I've been like banging up my hands. That and the dog. I am, welcome to post-dog bother. The dog is gone. That is, she's back with her family. But holy hell, puppies are rough, man. They require a lot of attention. She's a 4-month-old golden doodle. And my buddy's had her for 2 months. So she's just getting into the training and schedule and habits and stuff. So the first day she was here, it was crazy. Second day, it was crazy. Third day, it was crazy, but she knew the routine a little bit more. And that sort of made her a little bit easier to manage. She sort of knew what to expect from the dog. But my God, that little puppy, she's very cute. She was very playful and cute and fun. And really well behaved, except that she's a stealth pooper. She was a stealth pooper. She would, basically there was at one point, you know, my folks were around and I was talking to my dad and the dog was doing zoomies just back and forth from the kitchen to the family room, right? Just back and forth. Ah, whoa, she's doing zoomies. Haha, so cute, so funny. My dad and I were watching her go back and forth. He turns away, and in that second that he turned his head to say something, he looks back and there's some boom booms by the fireplace. She left some logs by the fireplace. I don't know how she did it, because the dog was moving at 100 miles an hour, back and forth and back and forth. She just like stealth pooped immediately. What the hell? So yeah, the dog doesn't really know how to communicate that she needs to go, and I believe because my buddy has a fenced-in backyard, he could just let the dog out and the dog will go poop, and we don't have that. So we had to wall off some of the porch here, and so she had a place to go, but then we had to literally turn off the light and close the door, and then she would go poop. Like, otherwise she would do the stealth pooping thing and I would end up having to clean it up. So I've had to wet vac the carpet a couple times. Cute puppy though. Cute puppy. Yeah, there's no way that I could have done a multi-hour stream with the dog in tow. There's no possible way. No possible way. She was a force of nature. Very cute though. And it was a lot of fun to have a dog around. It was a lot of fun to have a dog around. It really cemented that I am very much out of shape. Guys, I may look like, you know, I may look like the pinnacle of masculinity here, right? And I'm absolutely at my peak body weight. I am very much out of shape. Aside from just getting myself around, I'm gonna have to take up a little bit of exercise every now and then. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to start doing that. I'm gonna cough again. Oh man, if you guys could hear how raspy that was, my sudden inhale. Yeah, sim racing equipment. It's a Scandinavian company makes a universal motor controller. They're called Granite Devices. They're Finnish. A Finnish motor controller. And this company makes this controller. I can't do a good. Sometimes I can do a good Finnish like accent, but not all the time. Anyway, they make this controller, and it's pretty cool. It's called the SimuCube. This is actually older. The newer stuff that they're making is it's integrated with the motor. This is not. This uses one of their universal motor controller cards. It's basically just a card that you plug into a little PCIe style header, and that takes out all the current and stuff like that controls the, you know, a big industrial servo motor. So you need a big industrial servo motor, and then you've got a direct drive wheel. I happened upon, cough cough, eBay, cough cough, a 2 horsepower Mitsubishi Mel servo, which included a Mitsubishi encoder that speaks some kind of a weird Mitsubishi language that we don't know. So we popped it off. They're worth like $300, apparently. Not that I could sell the one that I have, but you know, there was a listing online and it said $300, which is madness. But anyway, so these are the serial encoder the position encoder we replaced with a Canadian CUI incorporated encoder wheel, which is pretty much what they suggest you do anyway. So now this 2 horsepower motor is hooked up to the SimuCube, and the SimuCube understands what the position is. We gave it some parameters. I locked down the shaft and we ran it through a couple of experiments, and we were able to get all of the control parameters down pat. So I started racing around with this thing. It's a really good force feedback wheel. It actually feels fantastic for road racing in dirt rally, which is an odd combination. If it's called dirt rally, why is there road racing in it? But anyway, that was cool. I got a couple other driving sims sort of in the list of things that I want to try, but mainly this exists for Finnish motor controller, Finnish game. I wanna beat that rally in my summer car. Pretty well invested in that. So what I ended up doing is, in order to be able to shift gears with this wheel that I specifically chose because it has paddles and it has an up, down, right, and left button. So what we did is we hooked the wheel up digitally and figured out what was going on with it. It was speaking something called the LIN bus, Local Interconnect Network, LIN. The LIN bus. And so we were able to get the German LIN bus. I'm gonna just keep like identifying stuff by where they are in Europe. Voice cracking all over the place. So anyway, this thing speaks LIN bus. Since LIN bus is such a limited protocol, we were able to brute force every single LIN address and figure out which one responded. And so we got a big stinky packet from this thing. That big stinky packet that we got from the wheel, we were able to decode, and it's just got 1s and 0 positions for the buttons that are pressed, including the horn, which doesn't specifically work with this because this isn't the stock airbag. I just put that in there because I happen to own a BMW, and with the BMW comes a lot of weird BMW parts, and so I happen to have a BMW airbag cover from my E46 ZHP is what people call it on forums. Sport Package 3 Series. So anyway, I wedged this in here with a bunch of foam. This is the most jerry-rigged thing in the world. But it does cover over the big gaping hole in the middle of the steering wheel. This works. So we've got a 360-degree slip ring on the back of this thing that's taking the digital signals out and providing power, and that runs to a bunch of other devices because I said, hey, this thing is speaking LIN bus. Why don't we just make everything speak LIN bus? So I've got the shifter, which used to be an E46 M3 Steptronic shifter, but we replaced it with an actual gated shifter, and we're able to program an Arduino to take our own LIN packet and translate it all the way back to the microcontroller in the controller. Now the problem is, this controller doesn't have, like, we don't have like an API, so we can't tell the controller what buttons are pressed. We have to fool it by pressing quote unquote buttons. So that's where this reverse engineering comes into play. But in addition to that, I also have, let's see, without doxing myself, there's like a package over here with an address on it. These are actual, hard to see around my fucking stomach. All right, that thing right there, those are actual BMW pedals. It's a BMW pedal box. And so we have another device on that that's translating all of our analog signals through the LIN bus all the way back to here. So I've got this thing that bolts onto my desk chair that raises the floor where my feet are. My feet are now comfortable. They feel like they're pressing car pedals. I have specific shifting positions, and I have a brutally force feedback capable wheel. Nice comfy leather wheel. So I think this will combine really nicely to you know, to get us to where we need to go, to give me that real car feel. The problem we're having right now is that there are too many buttons on this wheel. There's too many things, too many buttons. I've got 2 digital potentiometers, and I have a port expander that's hooked up to literally every single button input that this thing will allow. Now we could make this into its own USB device, and then you've got 2 USB devices that are doing stuff. And some games can get a little squirrely with that. So what we're trying to do is put everything under the same umbrella, right? We're trying to put it all under the same umbrella. And in order to do that, I have bought the wireless wheel module for like $100 extra. Expenses on this project suck. $100 extra for the wireless wheel module. What that does is that enables low energy Bluetooth communications serially with the controller representing the positions of buttons. So there's a couple different ways that you can get around having multiple wheels and having this connection here, this 360-degree rotating shaft. And the way that Granite Devices has decided to do that is by having it be wireless. Well, we're wired and we're on the LIN bus. So I wanna look at what the packet looks like, get an idea of how it functions, and reverse engineer it, and then try to spoof it. We gotta spoof this thing. Part of that was installing shady serial sniffers, which is annoying. That's that. That's the project today, huh? Why is there water all over the desk? Did I really miss that badly? Or did I like... There's like a big puddle of water. What the fuck? Wow, I must have poured really badly. DIY gym equipment. I was thinking of modifying the exercise bike so that I could use it to like play driving games, and then chat could spend bits to increase the resistance. Excuse me. That would be a fun one, but it would take me a while to do. You can just hook it up to like a hobby motor and just figure out how many watts are coming out of the thing. If I put wheels on it, it'll be a car. Yeah, I know. I know. Everybody's still mad at me. Yep, looks like it. An announcement, my Discord is like dead. My Discord's been quiet lately. Man, everything's been quiet lately. I guess everybody went back to work, right? No, other streamers are doing better. All right, so stuff aside, I'm not gonna worry about that. All right, let's get the volume down on this because we got a little bit of work to do today. I don't have a snazzy title. I mean, we just literally just have work to do. We just got to do work. So I mean, I did just spend a little bit of time explaining the project. I don't think that'll get muted, so I'll just roll from there. You guys should be pretty aware of what the project is at this point. I mean, if I put wheels on this thing, it will be a full car. But we're basically trying to figure out what types of packets are being sent on that TX and RX line in order to indicate that a button's been pressed. And we want to be able to specifically control as many buttons as we can get our dirty, grubby mitts on. It's going to be twofold, though. First of all, from what I've seen, and I'll show you guys this in just a minute, from what I've seen, the controller transmits a button down and a button up packet. And it might just have the same form no matter what button it is. There are some fields in there that I don't understand, which is why having a serial monitor active is going to be important. And so we can pick apart the packet. It's not going to be as easy as the LIN bus. So there's a button down and a button up. There is a periodic keep alive signal. At some point, it's going to end up looking like an initial D arcade cabinet. Some people have that. They have setups that go on the floor that have all the stuff, like in the monitors and stuff, all connected. But I don't have that many computers. You know, it's like impossible. You can't. How can you have a sim rig specific computer? I don't understand that. Maybe if you have like what's the reverse of a KVM, like a switch that turns your monitor over to another one. Blingus Baggins, hey, thank you for the Prime. I appreciate that. You don't got to spend your Prime everywhere, but you decided to spend it on me, and I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Blingus Baggins. So anyway, the what was I saying? So I don't have a specific sim setup. I can't like furnish another computer. I don't have room for that kind of thing. Even this stuff is taking up way too much space. This will go on a shelf when I'm not using it. Yeah, sometimes they do. I've seen people take an entire front end of a car and use that. And I've seen people take their sim setup and put it on a bunch of industrial linear actuators so that it can tilt around and do all that. I'm not doing that. This clips to the side of the desk, it clips to my chair, and it clips to the side of the desk. And that will enable me to use my normal gaming computer, the only one that I have, my precious, as the sim thing. And I am currently looking to get a new graphics card for it, which means we'll have to do another round of computer projects and just lengthening it by a centimeter. All these graphics cards are longer now. But anyway, all that stuff aside, we need to be able to get these packets. There's a couple things about the packets. There's an initial handshake that goes on. And I believe that's probably when it's telling the Granted Devices controller what's happening. Do we need to do that? I don't know. I looked at the serial signal without the Bluetooth module plugged in, and it eventually goes quiet. It monitors for a little bit, and then it stops. So I think we probably need all of the keep alive stuff. But there might be, just by the way that things are functioning, there might be a way that we can just trigger button presses without even registering as a Bluetooth module. That would be nice. That would be cool if we could do that. The other thought is that we will have to register as a fake Bluetooth module that is connected, and at that point we could do multiple Bluetooth modules in order to get all 128 buttons. But if we can avoid all that Bluetooth crap and just send it that packet, that would be kind of cool. There's a keep awake signal that kind of messes things up. It messes with my ability to have the live signal in front of me and reverse engineer it quickly, because that keep alive signal's always coming in, and it makes it hard for me to zero in on the on-demand packet, the occasional button press and button lift packet. So that keep alive signal is initiated by the Bluetooth module and replied to by the master, and then the Bluetooth module gives it a bunch of other data. But it's all fixed. It's all the same data every single time. So it's literally just a quick little handshake that says, I'm still connected, and then the master device goes, yay, all right. And then the other one goes, hey, did I ever tell you about that time that we, and that's it. That's all it is. It's just that back and forth. Weird, right? And I'm not sure if there's any CRCs in this signal. There is, like at the end of the packet, there's 2 bytes that may or may not, there's a byte that changes, but it seems to change like sequentially. It stays the same, and I think it's like a second timer count up. Very strange. I don't know. But yeah, let's get into this a little bit. I've installed some shady ass programs on my computer now. I tried Free Serial Port Monitor. That didn't really work. Device Monitoring Studio, maybe. I mean, I could use Putty, but I don't think Putty is going to organize things into bytes and packets for me. Do you guys know of a functional, like a really good serial? What I need from this is I need to be able to receive everything that's on that 115200 baud bus, and I need to organize it into packets. The one I had didn't have great error correction, so there was just like some noise in the signal that I was getting. But I mean, otherwise it was okay. Anyway, I can show you guys what I've got so far. This is what we were working on. So if I power this up, I want you guys to pay attention very closely to what happens over here. If I power this up, we're going to see a bunch of communications happening on this thing. Now, channel 2 is not doing anything. No, channel 2 is in there, isn't it? Yeah. I got channel 1 and channel 2 on this, but I'm only connecting... Oh, wait, no, that's not LIN bus. This isn't LIN bus. I just used the cable. I just needed a wire. This is the TX, RX, and ground, right? So we're not looking at, I'm not plugging the the TX in yet, because the computer's not going to do our serial communication for us. We're going to make the Arduino do it, not the computer. So we only plug in our RX, and that's plugged into the TX or RX of that thing. It's whichever line on that thing is communicating the most. We basically see both ends, right? And they're not separated out. Jesus Christ, my fucking voice. They were separated out before when we hooked it up the other way, and I guess I could do that again. Oh no, wait a minute. No, they are separated out. What am I smoking? TX and RX are separated out, and so the blue trace on this one is actually the base station, and the yellow trace is the Bluetooth module communicating. So, I need power for the Bluetooth module as well. Let me power up the steering wheel. Hold on, I'm gonna mute. God damn, this fucking cough. All right, so we've got our quote-unquote battery power over here. It's running all the way over to my perf board, my breadboard. Turn that on. So that's at 4.2 volts, right? 4.2 volts. I have not been able to observe 4.2 volts, like where the battery signal's coming in. But here, let's power up the SimuCube, and you can watch all them signals running around. Assuming this thing is running. Oops, run. Hello? We are not zoomed out enough. See that little blinky guy right there? So that's our call from our device, the response from the SimuCube, and then some kind of other data packet. And that's that periodic signal happening at a regular interval. Then, were I to zoom out on this, if I push a button, which is controlled by this wire right here, you can observe a little extra signal jumping in there. See that? That's a big packet sometimes. So if I go on single trigger mode and I happen to get it, oops, single, nope, single. I gotta do this little dance. There we go. So now we got some extra data in here. I don't know what's going on. That's a large packet, and that's a very small packet. Huh. We got like two different packets going on here. That's interesting. I wonder if this is just because I tapped the button kind of weirdly. Well, let's see what kind of data is inside of these, because I wrote down a couple of these packets and I tried to get behind them, figure out what was going on. So this is a fixed form right here, and luckily my scope is able to decode this a little bit. I don't think this scope has the ability to like capture and turn into a table all of these signals, but like, oh, that's funny. It didn't even wait for the response this time. That's weird. It didn't even wait. It just sends this packet out, and the base station just replies with this. That's weird. But this is always 21811, and this is 6B94111101B 0400. That might actually be the button press packet interrupting the wake-up call. Huh. Cool. Well, anyway, over here's a button, either lift or press. It seems like there's a lot of data in here. This seems like a much larger packet than we're typically getting with this. It should be 15 bytes. That's what I've observed. Go all the way to the beginning. All the way to the beginning of the packet. Okay, all right, all right. Let's zoom out. We have a long travel time. Zoom back in on this. A0. Well, that is a stop character. Or no, 0A. If this is the other way around, then 0A is an end line, which would be very useful for us. That would be very useful for us. Channel, what is it? Math menu, decoder 1 on, channel 1, least significant bit, most significant bit. Oh, it's 0.5 if it's reversed. So that's not very useful for us. Okay, never mind. Data 8, stop 1, parodies none, I believe. Yeah. Data 8, order LSB, channel 1. Find that's the correct polarity. Format hex, yeah. I mean, if I put it into ASCII, it probably won't give us anything. Vut hit yat sha. Nope. Line? What's my line? Binary. No. Hex. Decimal is probably going to be unfathomable as well. 160, 11, 941. Yeah, no, that's nothing. That's nothing. So back to hex. Hex is the only really useful thing we get. No, the timings are good. We got the timings. We're looking at the serial communication to the wireless wheel module so that we can reverse engineer it. So how many do we got in here? This is way more than 15. I wonder if this thing repeats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, it looks like here's the next packet. So we sent 2 in a row. That's why it looks like it's a massive packet. A0 starts it, and then there's the 2 0s. It's 4000004, and then this is the one that changes weirdly, and then A0 starts the packet. 0B0904 is some kind of an identifier, and it's longer than that, but it is some kind of an identifier. But if we travel to the end of this one, is the very end of this one another F0? It is. It is. It's the same exact packet twice. Let's see. 111B. Yeah. Okay. So we're double dipping. We're double dipping. This is why I want to view this as a bunch of hex numbers in a program as it rolls in, because then I can press the buttons and I can take a look at everything. But I need a program that'll let me ignore a particular packet. This is the wireless wheel module communicating wirelessly, but we're not snooping in on it wirelessly. We're snooping in on the TXRX. So while I do have the wireless link up, we're technically looking at the wired communication. And I'm wondering if we even need the wireless wheel module to be registered as a wireless wheel module. It might be that we can just send it this packet that I'm trying to get a hold of, and maybe it'll just do the buttons if it gets that packet. But it might need to do a specific little handshakey deal, in which case we will have to emulate a wireless wheel module. In which case we will have to emulate the wireless wheel module. All right. So, let's try one of these shady programs that I got. I don't know which one it's going to be. I mean, the free serial monitor we just tried during the pre-stream, and it kicked back and said, "Hey, I need admin privileges." So I try running it as the administrator. Click yes, and it's like, I can't do it. Nah. Sorry, security check. You don't have the required rights to launch the application. What do you mean I don't have the rights? I made you. I can destroy you. What the hell? I definitely ran. I just told it to run in administrative mode, and I clicked OK on the dialogue. Why? All right. It wants access to the serial port. What the hell? Wireshark doesn't do COM ports. This one looks a little flashy. Free device monitoring studio, huh? Decode PP and Modbus. Yeah, it's like who am I mining the bitcoins for? All right. This is the one that I installed after looking for free serial port monitor, and like I don't know, man. There's got to be a better there has to be a better program than these things that I'm using. I don't know how to search for free software anymore. All of the resources for good free software are just like gone. They're all just trying to get your personal data or something weird like that. It's all a big scam. So anyway, I guess this one does do what I need it to do, but it just doesn't do it very elegantly. 5200, data bits 8, no parity, 1 stop bit, no flow control. Cool. So now we can actually like start a session with it and see what's coming around. I don't know. Console request data packet. I mean, I kind of want packet view, right? State of all modem control lines. Request view decodes all data packets and control requests sent and received. Maybe we should try the request view. What is that? Huh. I have chicken in my teeth. Start. Hello. Request up, request down. What does this mean? Huh. So what if I push a button here? I've never seen this before. This is my first foray into this program. Any of my numbers change there? ASCII mode. I mean, if there's a request up and down. Nah, nothing's changing here. Okay. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I don't know what this is. Oh wait, but what if I hit play? No, I don't know what's going on. All right, new thing. COM5. Let's do what worked before. Here's why I need a different program, is that when I do hook up to this, we do have good data coming in, right? So if I do a packet view, can I do both? Oh, there we go. Cool. So in the packet view, I get all kinds of stuff coming in and out, right? I think. Okay, these are just standard things, but what if I think it might have been the data view that I used. How am I not getting anything either? Why am I not getting signal? I should get signal. Main screen turn on. Data view, packet view. Yeah, data view was, I think, what I had before. It was just hex numbers coming in, right? And somehow I'm not getting that right now. Out of my dongle. Let's check my dongle. My dongle's plugged in. It doesn't appear to be seeing anything. I'm gonna hit run on the scope and zoom out here. And we're still getting packets. Those are still flowing. So why am I not getting it on this? I had this all working, and I don't think I moved my setup at all. It's on RXI, which is receive in. SparkFun decided to add I and O to their lines for some reason. Possibly just to confuse everybody. This thing is hooked up. This should be getting data. Maybe it's not COM5. Serial over Bluetooth link. Oh, COM9. There it is. I had the wrong COM. I don't know which one COM5 is, but let's just do request, data, and packet view. Do all of it. There we go. ERP MJ read. I don't know what the hell this thing is. I mean, this is like a different, like it's assuming a protocol. Like, what if I gave it a button push? Yeah, it doesn't change on this. I don't know how this thing works. Data view. So data view is fairly useful as it rolls in, but it's hard to decode where the packets are. We're basically looking at anything that starts with an A0. And then if I hit a button, you'll see something else roll through. But the decode thing is not very functional, is it? See, there's that different packet that runs through. So that's not a very good view. That doesn't really give us a lot of information. Anti-666, thank you for the raid with both of y'all. Jacose with a prime for 32 months. What's a Scandinavian serial signal? You're looking at it. You're looking at it, bud. These Finnish, these fins, these dirty fins have made a really functional and capable simulation setup controller. Feedback, force feedback, 3-phase wheel controller, right? It's beautiful. What they didn't do is give me any data. I'll get to you in just a sec. Give me any data on like an API, a way that I could TX and RX my way into the system to tell it what buttons are pressed. So I ordered their wireless module that they're trying to shill, which was $100. But what I'd like to do is listen to the serial signal running around and decode it. I need a better program for viewing packets, though. I need a better free solution for viewing the data that's running around on this bus, because I need to ignore some stuff, right? Anti-666, thank you for the 10 months of subs. Holy shit. Thank you so much, Anti-666. 10 months is a significant amount of time, as is 32. But thank you for the subs. I really appreciate you guys supporting me. We will get the board back. We will make the board work. We will be stronger as a result of all these projects that we're working on, and we will be able to do better decoding. I mean, not better decoding. We'll make it happen. All right. Anyway, so the stuff that's coming in right now is just the periodic I'm alive signal. When we push a button, we get sort of an on-demand packet that comes through. Open serial monitor, maybe. What was the view that I was using before? I had like a good view. Maybe it wasn't this program. It was a different no, it was this program. But it didn't look like this. It was like separating the lines out. Hold on, let's start a new session here. Port 9, 115200. Discard empty read packets. Yeah, that's okay. Listen for incoming data. Okay, and then data. What's structure view? It might have limited my wait a minute. Records monitor data to the disk file. No, thank you. State of all modem control lines. Request view decodes all data packet and control requests sent to and received from the serial device, but it doesn't know what language we're doing. SIGROC? What's that? I don't know what that is. I've heard of it. I've definitely heard the name before. Console view is not very useful. D. All right, hold on. I'm trying to get to the view that I had yesterday. Well, I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, I think it was data view. I guess I got it this way. That doesn't seem right, though. I had it so that it was like splitting off the packets and listing them. Is there like a packet view? Maybe this is a different program than the one that I used. Why no burn, please? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We just don't have the board up yet. Where's your board? Huh? Huh? What do you want from me? Sorry, my voice is terrible. I left my lungs outside last night when I went to bed. As in, I left the window open and got very cold. And so my my body decided to fill my lungs up with phlegm as a sign of affection. And so I've been coughing quite a bit. But Trade Splatter, thank you for the 19 months. SIGROC is fronted to logic analyzers and scopes. Can I use it? Can I just get it? 1152, blah, 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 blah. I really thought that there was like a packet view. What is line view? Let's just get all the views, and just look at them. I really don't want that, actually. I don't want it to, like... Let's do the legacy ones, too. There. So that one's useless. It's just the console view. It's just sending us non-console things. This one, I don't even fucking know. It should be, like, telling us the different signals, but it's looking for a specific type of packet that I don't think we have here. So it's like its own... it's like a... yeah, Modbus. There it is. Modbus. We're not using Modbus. I don't think so. Nerdherfer, 200 bits. Hey, you triggered a train. You got some hype going on here. So we don't need either of those. It was really just the data views that were like the good ones. Because this one's not really giving us anything. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. That's what I was looking at the other day. There we go. Hey, how about you expand this out a little bit? Yeah, there it is. Look at these packets. There we go. There we go. So it doesn't exactly split them off as much as it should. There are some errors as it's running, but what you can see here is essentially the keep alive packet. And since this thing is looking at both TX and RX, I think at the same time, maybe it just doesn't get one of the lines. I think that might be it. It just doesn't see one of the lines. So we're not seeing the response from the device, from the master device. But sometimes it splits these packets up. It splits them a little weird. But you can see here that it is pretty much just the same signal coming in over and over. Yeah, let me lower this so that you guys can actually see stuff. Keep it scrolling. All right, I'm gonna cough. One sec. Oh, God, fucking cough. It is the same packet over and over again, except for the places where it messes it up and breaks it early. Over and over again, except DA, D9, 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 D8, 8 or 9. It has trouble with that last bit, it seems, the last 1 or 0. D8 and D9, the difference is 1. So, looks like it probably is averaging out to be D9, but that's what keeps the device awake. So here's the cool part, is when I hit it with a button press. So let me just press one of the shoulder buttons. Boop. And suddenly, if I pause, we can see that there was an alternative communication in there when I pushed a button. A0, 0B. Can I make this larger? Can I view closer so that you guys can... All right, I apologize for the text size. I can't do anything about it until we write our own program and we're in the Arduino IDE where it'll actually give us relevant data. So anyway, A0, 0B, 09, blah, 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 0402, 0400. So these two packets represent a button down and a button up event. They were pretty close together. I wasn't able to get them that close together in my own testing. Usually there would be a keep awake in between it, but would it be possible to save the data you have to a file and share? I guess. We don't really have much data right now. Make it bigger in OBS. Oh, God. Well, I don't want to mess up my... All right, I'll do it in OBS. This would be display capture. It's unlocked, so I should be able to edit it. Oh my God, look at the sound. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's a little better for you guys. I don't know. It's like blurry now though. I forget what the shortcuts are. Control like R to center, and then I forget. I'll fix my OBS in a second. But yeah, so what we've got here are the button press packets, the periodic button press packets. And so we've got that keep awake signal that's constantly coming in and getting replied to. That is seen as just one big packet for this, for some reason, which is fine. It's technically 2 packets. But our button press is this monster right here. And they always take about the same form, which is A0 is apparently the beginning character. I thought it was something else, but A0 is not end line. So I'm wondering if maybe the things are reversed or something. It's not like an end line of I don't know. Anyway. A00B 090401 110B 1B or something like that. Everything ahead of that 4 is usually just about the same. This here from the I think the 0111, it seems like the stuff between the 4s is what we're really concerned with, because A00B, right? A001 is the keep alive, 0B is a button. I guess it makes sense. I've collected all of the level 1 emotes. Hey, thank you guys for keeping that hype train going. Yeah, we're snuffling the packets out. And this is just like any old monitor. Excuse me, hold on, I'm burping. I developed a very, very bad cough last night because I left the window open and then I passed the fuck out. It got very cold. So now I've got this horrible cough. So you guys got to bear with me. I'm going to have to mute a lot. And my voice is going to get like weirder and weirder as the day goes on. I've wanted to get a lot done on the serial stuff though, because we're getting close. We're getting close. We've only just started and we're getting close. We can see what's going on the serial signal and we can see a structure start to form, right? So that's one of our packets. Well, it's technically 2. It's a button down and a button up. 0402 and 0400 have to do with the button lift and press and lift. Someone replaced bother. No. These periodic keep alive signals, we don't necessarily have to worry about right now, but we will have to be able to generate this packet and communicate it to the base, possibly. I really hope that it can just receive this packet and respond to it. Because it would be great if we could somehow figure out how to get to all the other button locations. So let's take that as one of the shoulder buttons. And let me do a Notepad++ file. A new one. File, save as, and we're going to save that into the Mercwheel folder, and probably should go in Arduino, but man, there's been a lot of weird project pieces on this thing. I'll just put it in the root directory and we'll call it packet structure. Index C. Let's do Granite wireless packet. Index C, thank you so much for the 12 months. I really appreciate that. That's a tier 1 at 12 months. You guys can't even see anything because I zoomed in. All right, so packets. I have these windows and like Notepad++ all blown up. Let's go back to the regular size. Yeah, I'll work in Notepad++ so that you guys can know what the hell's going on. This monitoring studio is not very good, but it gives us the data we need. I could get this with a scope too, but it's a little bit more labor intensive. It's nice to be able to just copy and paste stuff in, so you guys will get a better sense of what's going on here. Once we put together our file, so this is all I want. I just want these. I don't need to know the direction or anything like that because these are the same structure. So which one did I do? That was shoulder, I don't know, shoulder question mark. And I'm going to note the voltage in here too. .28. I'm noting voltage because I think part of this packet is the... God damn, what happened to my arm? Holy shit. I must have slept on it. Oh no, that's from leaning against the desk. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to need to put makeup on my arm so that it looks like a normal human arm. and not whatever kind of chewed up garbage that anyway, I pressed the shoulder button and then I let it go at 4.28 volts. And I put the voltage down there because I believe part of that packet is also communicating the voltage of the wireless wheel module. It's in such a sort of energy efficient kind of mode that it doesn't do anything in the background. I mean, it's the base is doing the keep alive signal. We don't know whether or not it shouldn't constantly be transmitting, but it'll go into a sleep mode and everything. So I'm thinking that they send voltage along with everything else, but we'll put that to the test. We'll see if that keep awake signal has the voltage level in it or not. So first of all, we just need to gather a bunch of different things. So shoulder press at 4.28 volts, and then other shoulder press to 8 volt. So I'm going to hit the other button and we're going to capture that now. Let's go back to play and then go all the way to the bottom. And our signals are still running a boot, running around, running back and forth. I wish I could get it to just like straight up ignore this signal, because then I could hit different buttons and I could see what happens. But let's do boop and then hit pause. And we have, yeah, see there it ran into the other, it was so close to the other serial signal that it wrapped them all together. And when we program our serial monitor that'll allow us to ignore all of the garbage, maybe we should have it look at timings. I don't know though. So I'm gonna copy that into here. This is just initial data gathering, and we'll work on the software in a minute. I have some of the software programmed. I just wasn't able to really concentrate on it. I don't know why. Maybe having you guys around will help. Maybe you guys will set me straight. Scare me into following the law for once. We don't need any of the other stuff. Okay, here's the other shoulder button being pressed. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on a minute. Was that a debounce? What the fuck? That's the same packet twice. Did I copy the wrong one? Did I copy that floppy? (911-001B 0401). Yeah, it's the same packet twice. So is there another 0B? Yeah, there it is. There's another 0B, and this time it's AE with a bunch of zeros. I don't know if I trust that. That's a totally different structure because it's left over from a bad. Okay, so that's a bad break. So any other 0Bs? There's a 90401, but that's A0. Yeah, that's this part of the packet. It's just jumbled. That's weird. Okay, so we got, wouldn't dream of it. We got the same packet twice for the other shoulder button? Would that have been an error? Or maybe we just didn't get it. But they were pretty closely pressed. I'm basically looking for B9411. B94111. Yeah, nothing ahead of it. 9411. This might have been it, and it might have just been jumbled by the software. A00B9401. Let's try again. I think maybe our software is kind of messing with it a little bit. It would be unfunctional if this thing couldn't recognize when a button's pressed quickly, because it's jumbling the serial around. 941A. Why is that one so different? What? Hold on. So there's this one and this one. Let's take a look at those. On the notepad. Fortunately, it copies the entire line, so I got to get rid of all the garbage. The other one goes above it because it's the one that came first. It's weird that it doesn't have a CRC, because at this speed, there's a possibility of quite a few errors happening. I mean, it seems like the device itself is perfectly good at not misinterpreting anything. I'm gonna cough, one sec. All right. 94111A, and that could actually just be the voltage being slightly different. 01B 004 E710 00, and then no F0 at the end, which is odd. That's kind of odd. Why are we not getting a consistent packet out of this thing? All right. I mean, like, that is weird. That might be voltage related. We'll test that in a minute. So let's go. Let's try and get another one. And this is the, I'm hitting the second shoulder button. Would you? All right. Boop, boop. And then pause. Ah, it's still screwing it up. Yeah, it's having trouble picking out the packet specifically, or, you know, making it clean. 94111 1B 401. All right, let's take all, we got 3, which is a little odd, but let's take all 3 of these and see what we can do with it. We'll see it, we'll clean it up and see what it looks like. This is the kind of, I mean, this is like, to me, this is very interesting. I don't know if you guys follow or if you guys care. Huh. Did it break, or is there just an A0 in the middle of that? Because that doesn't look like a normal packet. Looks like a collision or something. Oh, wait, there isn't even 0B associated with that one. Hold on. Hold on a minute. I got the wrong one. I want this. I want this, the A00B94, etc. And then I want the other one that was split up. That's not even the right tab. This one. Here. Ah, Jesus. Getting rid of the garbage on this is the most annoying part. There are 4, and then the other part of the split up signal, this. And there's another one following it. No, that's a different one. All right. A00B. Okay, we don't have that. Okay. 0B. B is for button. I guess the way that we could receive these is by waiting for that 0B. Depending on what the Arduino actually receives. We'll have to take a look at it and base it on those, right? Yeah, it mashed the keep alive packet into the button packet. But we're still getting the same, look at that. I didn't lift the button twice. It's the same packet. We've got an 01. This one did 02. This one does 01. This 00, which does match this one. This could be nothing is pressed. Yeah, it's possible that I debounced. Yeah, it's possible that it triggered multiple times because of debounce. So, 01 and 02 being the difference between the two. E7 makes no sense to me, but 01 and 02, I don't know if they're doing individual binary positions or if they're just describing the button that's hit. This one was nice. It was nice and definitive. It showed everything that was going on. I think I did try doing both at once, and I think it sends 2 packets. You get 2 buttons at once. Their timing is so far off that it has time to send 2 buttons at once. Like, you almost can't hit them at the same time physically. So I don't know how it handles that. It might just send 2 packets, like one after the other, assuming that you have 10 fingers, and that's not going to totally blow up your serial communications. If you hit, press 10 buttons at once, you can hear my voice is going. I'm starting to sound like Buck. All right, let's try a different button. Rando button. I'm gonna cough, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Lightheaded after that one. I came in and tried to close Notepad++ to see what he was working on. Does your Notepad++ have the dark theme that was difficult to put in? And, or no, this is like no, not Cobalt. What was it called? Charcoal? And also massively blown up text. We're looking at the serial communications of the granted devices. Yeah, dark theme everywhere. I have been trying to do that. Some programs aren't too happy with it. Granted device Simukube. It's got a TX and an RX. You can plug an FTDI into it. So that's basically what we did. Not entirely, but it's basically what we did is we plugged it into an FTDI device, and we are now sniffing out packets that are running between the wireless wheel module and the base station. That's what all this stuff is right here. Run wires into a cable, and I've run the wires all the way back over to here. That just means that I won't disturb this thing during its operation. And we can plug a bunch of stuff into it in order to see what signals are running around. So we've got this periodic sort of I'm alive signal, and now we're trying to capture what happens when I push a button. And if you look very closely at the fringes of the scope, you'll see a packet appear when I push a button. See that? Just a little fringe packet there. One for press and one for lift. Dark gray and orange would be pretty, yeah, doing that the old school like bank CRT style. That'd be really cool. I need more dark gray and orange kind of displays. Dark theme with purple and gray. I didn't like many of the dark themes. Charcoal was the good one, I guess. I had to Google how to change background shading from milky to solid black in Notepad++. Not intuitive. Yeah. It I don't know. What did I do? Oh yeah, that's right. They turned it into the style configurator, right? No. I don't know where it is. I don't know where the settings are, but I did choose a different one. Ugh, there's so many settings. I don't know. In style. Oh, yeah. Obsidian. There we go. It's called Obsidian. I think I changed like one of the highlighting contexts though, because it was a little outlandish. All right, anyway, random button at 4.28 volts. So we go to our serial monitor, we hit play on it again. All I need is this one column and the slight ability to pick out packets. So now you see there that DE at the end, DD, DE, D5, D6, DC. That's changing. That's constantly changing, and I don't think it's a checksum because none of the data changes. It's just like a counter. I'm wondering if it's getting that from somewhere else, like when it does the handshake, if it gets something from the base station. Or if the serial monitor is just having a bad time with the last packet. It's strange though. Why is it periodically changing like that? All right, so let's press a random button. Boop, boop. And then pause. Boop. So we're looking for the 0D. Sorry, 0B. There's one way up there, but I'm A101 A00B. So there's a lot more data. No, that one cut it off. Okay. All right, cool. So we got some good packets here. Our program is not great at splitting it out, but yeah, that's what we'll do that in a minute. That's why I'm marking down the voltage on these, because we'll do shoulder button press with a much lower voltage. So there's a second packet in the middle of this one? Oh no, I grabbed the wrong one. Damn it, why do I keep doing that? Keep grabbing the wrong packet. And that one got cut off. This is the remainder. See, this is why we want to build our own Arduino program for this, because then I could have just these packets running in instead of having to do this with Notepad++. But part of getting the Arduino program running will be figuring out how to work with serial and stuff like that. So that'll be part of the next stage here. The start of this packet, I don't know about every packet, because these end with an E3 or an E4 or a DD or DE. But they are the end of the button packet, the bucket pattern, get the bucket. 0B09, that one looks good. And that one's all zeros. So it looks like A0 specifically, or the packet that we're looking at right now, the one that I'm cleaning up, is specifically nothing is pressed. Because that packet shows up in every single, it didn't highlight anything. Are you? Usually you highlight like things. Don't you? Whatever. 94111-1B040000F0. So the random button that I hit put a 4 right there. The shoulder, the other shoulder puts a, possibly not a 1. Puts a 1 here. This one put a 4 here. So it might be that these bytes right here represent what button is pressed. And when they're all zeros, then it means that nothing is pressed. It means that everything is lifted. So that's pretty cool, right? So repeatability, we don't have a ton of repeatability, mostly because of that worrisome little thing right there, whatever the hell's going on there. I don't know what E7 would possibly represent, but that's a lot of ones. Our 02 is pretty simple, because 02 is just 1, 2, 3, 4. Doot, 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 doot. That's 2. This one is probably 01, so it's just that. That's probably shoulder 1 and shoulder 2. This random button, 40. So, that's 24 buttons, which is how many buttons we have available to us in the wireless wheel module. Bada bing, booyah, we figured it out. Each one of these 1s and 0s represents a button. And we have definitive proof of that right here. Da-da-da-da-da, reverse engineering, folks. Yeah, when you lift the button, I guess it on demand sends the status of the button. So if there's a change in the button status, it sends a packet. That's basically it. Change in button status is what you could consider it being. So we know now what packet to send and how to fool it. At least for these 28 buttons. Now, the next part is, let's figure out if we can, now that we have this data and we have a general sense of repeatability, we can now change the voltage. So we're going to throw out E7. That doesn't seem to be valid. We can throw out E7, and we just know that it does 01, and then I don't know why it would send 2 down presses at the same time. There isn't really like a confirmation. There's no handshake. Me too. I'm very surprised there isn't a checksum with all of the shenanigans that we've been observing this thing doing, like repeating packets and stuff like that. There's no checksum. What's wrong with the checksum, Finnish people, huh? What's your problem? I'm gonna blame this on the Finns. They just decide to send their packets with Cecil. Not a care in the world. Cecil isn't being dumb, but oh God, I laughed. No. Laughing at my own jokes is dangerous. Yeah, where's the percolate? Percolate. Okay, so we got our random buttons. Now we can hit shoulder 1 or 2. It doesn't matter. But now we can do shoulder at, let's do like 3 volts. Right? Shoulder at 3 volts. So I'm going to go to the power supply. I'm going to lower the voltage, and this thing's going to think that the battery is dead. You guys watch the oscilloscope while I do it, huh? There. I'll go over here. Watch the oscope. See if you can see anything happening. Because I'm gonna change this by 0.1 volt at a time. So 4.2, 4.1, 4.0, 3.9. 7, oh yeah, I went a bunch. All right, anyway, it doesn't appear like there are extra packets appearing when the voltage changes. So the other question is whether or not my battery, wait, it just sent something. What was that? That's what we get. Okay, there's a separate packet that's responsible for telling it the voltages, and we weren't recording. So now we're gonna raise the voltage again to 4 volts, and then I'll bop it down to 3, and we'll just pay attention to see whether or not a different type of packet rolls along. So now I'm gonna go voltage. I'm gonna go full volt up and down. We're at 3.1 right now. Here's 4 volts. Watching for packets. Watching for packets. There was a 0B in there. What was that? Pause. Ahahaha, ahahaha. It appears as though there is a periodic packet, what represents just a straight up voltage change. So there's no buttons pressed during this. It might just be periodically sending the all status packet. There's no F0 at the end of that one though. So that might have been an error. There's no F0 at the end of these. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. What the fuck? What? Oh, maybe lowering the voltage doesn't agree with it so much, and it thinks all kinds of stuff is being hit. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 do. Maybe it's a different, maybe F0 is a command for buttons. I don't know. 09, 04, 01, and then 11 goes to 21 and 1A. I was under the impression that the 11 is the battery status. But then we get crazy data out here. What does this translate into? 28, 1. I would think it would be something different, like a voltage range. I don't think that's going to be... 28 kind of looks like ASCII, but not really. Hold on, I got to cough this out. One sec. My esophagus is feeling very restrictive right now. I have an inhaler that I use once a year. I might grab that in a minute. Triple caution. Triple cough. Nope, I need another one. Samir, you're breaking the esophagus. All right, Sammy, pay attention. A00B0904, blah, 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 blah. Let's go back to, well, we're at 4 volts now. So we should be at a stable voltage. Let me capture a button press. I'm going to quickly do like shoulder. And just see what the packet looks like now. Because we're back at a stable voltage, a stable genius voltage. So now we can take a look at what is going on down here. All right, hit play. We start capturing. and then I hit shoulder, boop, and we get a bunch of screwed up data, and I hit pause. There is our exact same packet again at a different voltage. It seems as though voltage changes take on a different form. Yep. And it looks like 0B and 1B represent, like 0B, I don't know, 0B representing one piece of data and 1B representing another piece of data? F0 probably means button shenanigans. Where's the second part of this? Where's the lift from the button? Oh, look at you. We got two packets at once here. Yeah, there's a third packet type. Well, second. So it seems like voltages are being communicated via this alternative packet. Look at that. Man, it's nice to be doing some reverse engineering. I'll tell you what, chat, I actually feel like I'm competent at this crap. What's that one doing up there? We have two different ones of those. Yeah, and then this is also similar. Was that the one that I just captured? No. 011C, A00B94, 3C. 3C greasy. Let's get this out of here. Glad you know what's going on. Yeah. Of course I do. Smart. Smart. S-M-O-R-T. Yeah, so it seems like these are the packets that tell it what the battery voltage are. And it takes on the form of possibly these three representing battery voltage. Everything else is the same except, oh, 21 and 1A. Well, look what we got here. Looks like we... What's up, Super Jeet? Super Reet. Well. Look what the cat dragged in. We now have the identity of two different types of packet. F-Zeros, it's weird that F-Zero's on the end of those. I don't know if we probably need to emulate the F-Zero on there, although it's strange, but... Yeah. 2 or 3 bytes for voltage, I don't know. Or sorry, 3 or 4 for voltage. 3 is a very large number of numbers that you can represent in there, though. 21 and 1A are two different things that were communicated when the voltage changed. That's an odd one, isn't it? They don't seem to be hitting these last, possibly MSBs. But I don't think 4.28 is exactly, 428. No, I don't think so. But 428.01, 416.10. Oh, but 01 and 10. Wait a minute. 01 and 10. So it's just these. 2816 3C19. And these are the same here and here. So that represents some type of ADC is typically 10 to 16 bits. Yeah, but how many numbers? They need 3 numbers. They just need 3 numbers. We could do a little binary to hex. Yeah, that's the thing, is like the easiest thing to do in the microcontroller is just throw a variable at it, but they don't have to do that. They can change how it's represented entirely. It could be bins of voltages and stuff. I don't know, just trying it out. 2801. The parentheses question mark. Okay. Why don't you do that? I want the whole thing. Oh, wait, we only get one. Yeah, that's right. We only get one. 28 for 4 volts, 16 for 3. No, that's 22. It would be the number 3 for 3, but 3C gets us what? 60. So yeah, I think it's just a range. 3C and then 19. I don't know what the correlation is. 25? Yeah. Yeah, that's a little weird, isn't it? As I figured, yeah, it seems like, you know, they have a range and they basically need 3 numbers in there because they've got the voltage point something something, right? So, and it typically should be around, you know, whatever the battery, what is lithium? I always forget this. Battery voltage. I don't need the chart. I just need to know what the voltage is. Lithium battery voltage range. It's like, yeah, no, not 3.0 to 4.2. And we took it down to 3.0, and I have it at 4.2. Can you crank the voltage lower and higher to see if the values have changed? I don't want to see what happens when I go up to 12 volts, because that's also powering my device. We've had it at the 2 extremes. That's where we've been. I think these might represent the 2 extremes. Although 16 is less than 19 and 28 is less than 3C. So maybe, is that going up? No, we haven't seen a midpoint yet. I mean, we only just found this packet. We only just found it. I have a feeling it's also periodically transmitted. If we just listen in for a minute. Let's just, hold on, let's just listen in. Let's just snoop it for a bit. We're looking for an A00B. There it is. Pause. I literally didn't hit anything, and we just got this. Sends pair of packets, refuses to elaborate, leaves. It sends 2 packets, though. So what else could it possibly be communicating? And there's a 01 and 10, 21 and 1A. So 21, 1A, and then over here, well, these numbers are significantly different, 6A and 11. But our voltage is the same, 4.08. Yeah, just a keep alive kind of thing. What happened to our oscilloscope? Why is it all messed up? Why am I seeing weird extra packets coming in? What the fuck is going on here? Hold on a minute. Did it just go into like a sleep mode? Look at that. What happened to the data? It's all over the place. What the fuck? It's just garbage. E02A. What the? Wait a minute. This is a different packet. Hold on a minute. What the fuck is going on? Wait a minute. I think the wheel went to sleep. Oh my god. It's gained sentience, but it's only able to communicate and finish serial protocol. Oh my god. It's a fate worse than death. What happened? I think it went to sleep. But why would there be so much data if it went to sleep? Why would there be so much data if it went to sleep? It's got all this stuff here. Look at that. There's like a different packet on there. It's still doing the keep alive stuff, but now it's also I'm going to turn the wheel a little bit. No, I'll push a button on the wheel. All right, the granted device's controller is still acting the same. Now, if I push a button, it's probably going to go back into the mode that we're... I know, like, this should be the no energy mode. What? Beep. No, it's constantly transmitting. What the fuck? It's sending a new packet, and it hasn't stopped. Did it, like, disconnect or something? Oh, it looks fine. Okay, this is new. This is definitely new. It's sending this every single time. Ugh. Hold on. All right. Holy shit, this thing is huge. All right, let's see. 204A03 C317 2A. This is totally new. But this is like a totally different packet that's going on here. This thing is looking, I think this program looks for A0 or something in order to start off a new packet, but like, one sec. God damn. All right. This is the same scope that I've had for years. You can look it up. The Rigol DS1054Z. There are better scopes out now, but I don't know them. Yeah, what is this new one? So we got a 2A packet here that's coming in with the same signal over and over again, and it's not the keep alive. It's just this new thing. But it's coming in regularly. Oh God, it's like splitting off into two. What is happening with you? What is this? Some kind of joke? I mean, I can, like, if I hit a button, it's not letting up, it's not stopping. Like, we still get the periodic button presses. We were just happily rolling along, measuring our packets, having fun with it. And then this new one just came about. This new packet just started screwing everything up. No, it's not in a sleep mode because I just pushed a bunch of buttons. Yeah, the granted device's controller is perfectly awake and functioning. I'm hitting buttons on the base station, so that should be completely awake. You can see the blinking lights over there for me hitting buttons, like the shoulder buttons and everything. So it's not the base station doing it, but, well, this is the only thing the base station is doing, is responding to that keep awake packet that it's always getting. But then we've got these rolling around, and I don't know what the hell these are doing or where they're coming from. This is new. This is new behavior from a system that I thought was perfectly stable. You know, we were having fun, pushing buttons, or doing, you know, just hanging out. We're at 4.07 volts. Yeah, the make it hard for the reverse engineering mode. This signal is not changing, though. That's the weird part, is that it's coming in constantly and it's not changing at all. What is it even doing? What are you doing? Also, why isn't it putting any more bits in here? Huh. Man, you're screwing everything up, weirdo signal. You gotta do this, man. And I can't get it to stop either. That's the weird part. C2A30D1CFD2. Huh. C2D1CFD2. It's like 03 is fixed, FF seems moderately regular. Also seems to be messing up the path. This program is capturing it weirdly too. That's part of it. Well, that is actually what I'm about to try. It's just turning it off and on again. But I thought it would get out of this mode. A0010C. See, that's just our keep awake. The 01 signal. Yeah, what the hell? What is that? That's really weird. I don't know what caused this all of a sudden. It just decided to start communicating in a weird new way. And it's the module communicating to the base station constantly. But it's not like it's in any kind of a sleep mode. So if we reboot it, it's going to go away. Wait, what? Wait a minute, what? You don't have power. You don't... Has anybody informed you that you don't have any power? You have no power here. Hello? Did it like disconnect? What the? You don't have power. How are you? Is this thing somehow getting power through the? No. This is the Bluetooth module communicating to the base station. So what does the Bluetooth module know that we don't? There. Okay, maybe this thing turned off. See, there's our button press packet. There's actually 2 packets that roll in. We're just not viewing enough real estate here in order to see them both. If I zoom out to the point where we can see 2, yeah, there. So now we've got our full break time in there. And so if I hit a button, you can see the packet come and go. Maybe not all the time. Hold on. Okay. All right. So we've identified 2 packets, and that may be all we need in order to spoof this device. It appears as though the Bluetooth module on the base station sends out this little packet for button pushes. We could possibly just like emulate that, although we're not sure what happens initially when the thing wakes up. But it seems like it might communicate to the base station that the module itself has gone to sleep. I don't know how it can wake it up again. So we know that 1 packet represents battery level, and it's 2 packets, like 2 packets that go in and represent battery level somehow. And then we've got 1 packet that represents no buttons hit, and then it sends, basically just every time there's a state change, it'll send that packet. I know, yeah, it knows it's being listened to. They didn't do anything to obfuscate this data. I mean, we saw the Russians loved to, because the people might want to plug it into their own device instead of the one that they sell, their foot pedals. They took the whole packet and they doubled it, and then they XOR'd it with itself. So it was XOR'd to its own 1s and 0s. So you got this double packet, and if you put it into an XOR, it became relevant 1s and 0s that you could then reverse engineer. So we've seen people do stuff like that on this show, and try to keep us out of their protocol using these just basically, you know, entry-level encryption schemes. Yeah, it was a form of encryption, but I saw that every time a 1 and a 0 changed, they went like opposite of one another, and I was like, wait a minute, something's up here. I was like, how can this signal come in and be completely different every single transmit? Every transmit was slightly different, and it's like, what is going on here? It took forever. I was staring at 1s and 0s for a month, trying to figure that one out. But then you just simply, because we were doing it all in the Arduino, so the Arduino was just spitting out bits, and then when you can then just tell the Arduino, like, hey, take these and XOR these, and then it was like, oh, looks like a packet now. Anyway, I still have those saved to a directory somewhere, all those 1s and 0s of trying to decode that stupid thing. We got to get back to that. I want my sim setup to work. We could do some Star Citizen streams. Okay. That was very loud. I just ummed really loud. It does seem like it goes to bed. The device will go to sleep, and then I guess the base station starts doing all kinds of weird stuff. Because, I mean, for the most part, we get... This is the keep alive. Don't oof your XOR encryption. It beat bother for a month. That doesn't sound like language. Like, it's just random words. Hold on. Fucking A. You open your window for one night, and all the phlegm in your body goes directly down into your lungs. That's not really to keep alive, though. That signal right there, I put that in quotes because we are observing. We're not observing the whole thing. We're not observing the whole thing. There's actually 2 packets that represent the keep me alive signal. Actually, it looks like they are both on here. Excuse me. It just has trouble with this DB or DE or DC at the end. Isn't all language just random words? No, it's very specific words. Language is specific words that are agreed upon. Okay. So I think we mostly have it. It's just like whatever 0121 and 011A, whatever those are doing, it could be a voltage level, but it could also be something else. Because this 01 and 10 are associated for some reason with that packet. And that number here is changing. And then, of course, we have our keep alive. We send out this signal. The base station replies, and then we send out this one for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. Unless these are rolling in the other direction? No. No. Well, at least we have a consistent start bit. I didn't think I had that. I didn't think the A0 was anything. But it apparently is. So we can look for A0s, and then I guess the byte that comes after it will tell us what exactly we do with our data. So we can take two bytes in with our program, and then we can print out the rest of the signal. I don't really know if we need to anymore, because we found the logical progression here of how to push the buttons. Look at that. But I do want to set up a program that's going to receive data so we can look at it, so we can actually look at the hex coming in, so that we can see that it agrees with this. So we need to make sure the parity is all set up correctly and stuff like that, so that I can actually read data from this signal. I might have to flip the bits or something like that. Yeah, I don't know that either. All the button presses get an F0, but all the other ones get a 00. Maybe the thing that reading it is interpreting it wrong, but I think that's always there on the packet. Like when I looked at the packet, that's there. Very strange. Yeah, because to say 0, it needs to actually hold the line low. And really all we need to do is construct this packet, and then we can mess around with the 3 bytes here that represent all the buttons of this device. The question I have is whether or not, because you can have multiple devices with one receiver. So the multiple devices, where's the address? It might be, it might shock you. All of the packets have 0904, 01. That might be the address right there. Actually, 0B is the specific. It would be shared, some bytes that are shared with the keep alive, wouldn't it? Because the keep alive is not just a universal. Well, the keep alive is something that the base station hears from the module. When I powered down the board, the module continued to have that same signal. I thought 0B was button press. I know, me too. Me too. But it seems like... Seems like this is the button press right here. Because that changes. And this stays the same. So what I'm thinking is we have our start bit byte. We have our address command. Actually, the 090401. B941 is pretty much our... That's our device. B941 is our device. And then we have our packet type here. And 11 would represent a button press. And then we have, I don't know, something, 1B is always there for the buttons. Actually, it's there for everything. Yeah, it's there for all the packets. Yeah. And then we have something that I don't understand, followed by either button presses or other data, depending on what you're transmitting. So it could be voltage levels, for all we know. The zeros. It's on every line in sync with the keep alive. Hold on, let's put this one with everybody else. Yeah. Yeah, these blank parts of the packet always seem to line up. Excuse me, sorry. I don't know if these last 4 bits are what we're looking for. Or are like, what if we send it something out here? I'm gonna cough. Give me 1 sec. All right, I'm back. Okay, so we can fool it and we can start sending it stuff, but they might just be blank like areas. Like, I don't know, maybe they came up with a packet structure and they didn't totally fill it. Malota. 0103 00 228100. I don't know. See, the thing that can really trip us up is if there's other data in here that we just don't know about. Like, I have this many devices connected. I'm trying to get a correlation between, like, addressing going on here. And there are some packets that start off the wireless wheel device that we don't necessarily have. We could try to emulate a keep alive and see if maybe we could get it to work without the module plugged in. Yeah, I don't know. Hold on, let me just give me a sec to call. Fuck. I would have thought that, yeah, like a keep alive would be like, this device is asleep, or this device is asleep, or this device is asleep. But I don't know. I don't understand. And then we got to worry about like the Bluetooth startup protocol, like what's going on there. We'll have to go back to the packet sniffer for that, but I might have to hook it up to the TX line as well. Those keep alive, the keep alive doesn't appear to have anything in common with the other signals. I mean, O1, OC, all the other ones are 0B for this specific device. So when this device is communicating, we get that OB signal. I think OB941 is our device. I think that's our device communicating. But I wonder if OB is telling the controller what to do, or if maybe that packet could be like OC, and it would be a different device communicating. I mean, O1 is our keep alive, right? A001 instead of 0B. 0B just kicks off a specific signal. Well, we won't know until we start playing with it, huh? And if we play with it too much, we'll go blind. Yeah, see, all the irregularities of this program, like breaking up the packets, I don't know how to get around. I don't know how to configure this program. I've never worked with this thing. I've never even seen this guy before. I'm not even supposed to be here today. But I think we can just kind of play around with it now and get it to possibly push buttons for us. That would be very nice. I mean, 28 buttons is enough for me to do all the buttons in the system. So if we need to emulate this device, I can. just to emulate this device and then get all the buttons working and then save for another day figuring out how to do more devices. Because you can get multiple wheel modules. You can do that. It would be nice if we could get ours to be like its own wheel module. But there's other communications going on here. Oh wait, the software's in the folder. All right. Mercwheel. Mercwheel. And then we have software, Granity, and then, oh wait, not Granity. No. SimuCube. Code Rush, raiding with a party of 2. Another 2 raid. How you guys doing? Thank you for raiding. It kills me that I have 65, 535 analog values and we don't have access to any of them. So yeah, spin the wheel, push the button. We can see it doing stuff in the software. Wonderbar. That's all I really want. But if we go to the wireless wheel section, we have a MAC address. 842E14C42C1D. I don't know if that 4.11 battery level. This is looking awesome. Not there yet. We're looking at serial packets that are running around, and we're starting to get a hang of it. We're starting to get kind of our serial locations identified. But as we fool with it, it seems like there's a lot to this packet that we don't understand, and I don't know if we can. Also, maybe we fool with it. But damn it, I'm beeping again. Holy shit, my glucose level is ridiculous. I had like fajita meat for lunch. What the hell? I mean, just give a little 25 carb bolus here. Sheesh. All right, anyway, so we know some stuff about the packet that's being sent from the base station over. We don't know anything about the wireless packet. We don't need to. We know a little bit about the addressing with a suspected address for our device. It doesn't seem to correlate to the MAC address, though. Excuse me. 2E14. None of those numbers are really there. C42C1D. You know, like a 1B. That's it. I mean, 94111. B94111 is possibly our device. What if I double click that? Does it give me... I think there's like more settings somewhere, right? If I turn off no automatic connection, I could register it and we could see the serial data that runs around, but that's going to be woof. Device identity is done via the MAC. Is it included in the protocol? Yeah, well, that's what we're getting to. Yeah. I thought we had more information from this. I guess not. Signal strength. Signal strength is another one. Where would signal strength be stored? In the balls. That's where signal strength is stored. So we do have another number in there. How can I lower the signal strength? I have to get out tinfoil for this? Probably. I don't have tinfoil. Well, I'm gonna get a glass of water so I don't cough. FYI, chat, because I'll just keep saying it because I know there's a bit of a revolving door here of people coming and going, right? So I slept like pretty much with my lungs outside. My body, they were hung on a clothesline outside overnight. I opened a window last night and it got really cold. And so I snored my way into quite a bit of phlegm in my lungs. This happens periodically. I have an inhaler if it gets bad, but it just means that I've got a terrible cough today. Absolutely horrible cough, and I feel like I slept on my face. So I will be muting, hopefully mostly to keep you guys from having to hear the entirety of my esophagus. You know what, you've never fallen asleep with your dangling out a window in subarctic temperatures? Signal strength and battery. Those are two things that we have here, signal strength and battery. So there's another field that represents signal strength. Now, we've had 100% signal strength the entire time. So if 04 blah blah blah, like this is giving us more than just that. I don't know how I could artificially lower the signal strength. I think maybe if I just cover the antenna with something metal, I might be able to get away with it. But it needs to be encompassing. Otherwise, what's the point? I could build up a couple copper plates on it. I could desolder the antenna if I really wanted to. Lower the voltage to the signal originator and set up a separate power supply for it. That's what I did. Yeah, that's what we got. The wireless wheel module is hooked up to the power supply, and we've lowered and raised the power supply. That's why we have notes about the voltage here. After I got a vaccine shot, I couldn't cool down and slept with my face hanging out a window at below freezing USA. I woke up with frost on my beard. Oh my God. That's like post-swim practice in high school. Our hair would freeze. Pennsylvania, when the sun is down, is not necessarily a kind temperature. Let me see. I mean, I've got these big copper heat sinks over there. Maybe we can just put something around the antenna a little bit so that it gets lower signal strength. Let's see if we can manage that. All right, hold on. I'm trying to reach these things. They've been staring at me for months. They just sit over here. All these old big copper heat sinks that I have from like xenon processors and shit. That's a lot of metal. I could probably use that to surround this thing. We'll just build up a little RF dam that hopefully will lower our signal strength. Alternatively, I guess I could put it in the metal cabinet that let's just put it in the metal cabinet. Wait a minute. Chat, why am I dumb? I need a battery to hook it up to. Hold on. I have just the thing. It's across the shop. I gotta traverse the entirety of the shop. It's gonna be a long, arduous journey, chat. Gotta prepare. We need to be ready. A long, terrible journey across the entirety of the shop. I gotta set out in the morning. Okay, I got the battery. It's just an RC car battery. But that is not altered by me. Wait a minute, this is a 2-cell battery, isn't it? Well, we can hook it up to 1 cell through this. We can hook it up to 1 cell through that. So, goodbye. Bonk, bonk. And then I believe, well, let's just double check. Yeah, it looks like when it's looking for a module, it's sending out this signal. Excuse me. But it's like the base station doesn't seem to care. What does the granite stuff say? Okay, so it did lose connection. I just wonder if I can send it the packet and if it'll interpret the packet as a button being pressed regardless of what's going on, whether or not it gets that keep alive signal. But didn't we run this without the module connected and then it just kind of like stopped? So I don't know. Yeah, let me just make sure I don't blow this thing up. We've only got one of these. I have to hook this thing up to a balancing charger, though. Okay, 4.09. So we got... This is an irresponsible way to use a battery like this, but... All right, and now we artificially lower the signal strength. I guess I could just put it in a static bag. Yeah, maybe that's a better way to do it. That way it won't catch fire while in my cabinet. I'm never going to know what this device is, though. Huh. 1N4148s. Oh, this way we can press the buttons on it. Hold on. Muted. Module's working, but the bag doesn't do anything. All right, I got it. Thanks, guys. Jeez. 100% integrity. So that didn't do anything. All right, so let's instead, I'll put it in the cabinet. See if that lowers the signal strength. Into the cabinet you go. Door closed. Anything? 100. It's still at 100. I'll push a button. $100. We haven't gotten it to go down at all. Are you kidding me? Bluetooth LE is not that strong. It's still just hanging out at 100, huh? That battery voltage is going down pretty fast. All right, move it across the room. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to refresh. This thing should be able to give me a more of a live update. All right, this is it across the room. Really? Am I gonna have to go to a different room in order to get a proper packet out of it, or get the signal strength to go down? I'm gonna leave it for a minute. But it is, I mean, it is getting updates. Like if I send it a button press, it's probably getting a button press. That's just like immediately at 100%, huh? Wired. Weird. All right, moving it into another room. Go as far as my mic cable will allow. This is ludicrously far away. I'll hit a button. You guys can see if it changed. Try to get a packet after this. This is in another room. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I wonder if signal strength is part of the initial update. That seems a little irresponsible. This is in a different room. It's not even line of sight anymore. Like the module's all the way over there. It's got a decent perch, but like what is happening? Why isn't the signal strength going down? No, I don't want to rescan. No, the device is connected and it's getting button updates. It should be observing signal strength, but it's just not. Weird. Okay. And battery voltage is updating and everything. Maybe they just didn't code it in. I don't know. So I just always give them 100% signal strength. It's fine. Push some buttons. And then walk back over. Back over I go. Well, that's weird. Either the Bluetooth has an exceptionally good range, or it's not implemented or something. I would like to see that number change, because if we'll get more data about what's contained within the packet. It's possible that this number here from packet 21. It's 21 versus 1A. 21 has 3C or 28. 1A has 16 to 19, 11. This one goes up to 6A, though. I thought these would be different. 3C to 6A, 28, 3C, 6A. Oh, that might be signal strength, but 100 meters line of sight. A line of sight is weird. Line of sight is just not, it's oftentimes not even worth considering. Yeah, a line of sight is crazy with RF. 100 meters line of sight. I've seen some number claims that are just absolutely ridiculous in that regard. But I mean, enclosing it into a cabinet that's metal should be blocking the signal more than we've observed. Just short out the antenna by pushing my finger on it, perhaps. Just like that. Try transmitting through my body. Nope, that didn't do anything. That is an odd one. What else can I do here? I don't exactly have, you know, RF blocking bags. That's not something that I stock. Jesus, it's already 3 o'clock. We've done a lot of work today, man. I have to start coding something soon. I think maybe on Thursday we'll attack this thing from, you know, an alternative angle so that we can try to inject packets into it and stuff. I would love to characterize where signal strength is stored on this thing. The antenna is a little too high tech. I kind of don't want to desolder it. There's a component near it where I could cut the antenna off. Well, it's just a little chip antenna, but like, I don't know. What else do I have? Do I have like sit on it like an egg? You know, that would actually work. Let's see. Hold on. Oh. Yeah, we're not going to stream for very long today. I'm going to put in my 3 hours, I think. We got another hour to go. But, like, man, you guys can tell this cough is, like, ruining my life right now. So, what else do I have that encloses stuff, right? Like, I need a Faraday cage. I guess, okay, all right. Desperate times call for desperate measures. I think I still have tinfoil. Does I still have tinfoil? Anchovy paste. What the fuck is that doing here? Let's see. I had tinfoil. Oh, yeah, there it is. Ow. I like cut myself on the tinfoil thing. All right, you little bastard. Well, maybe I won't use that. Well, yeah, I need it to not short out, so we'll do this, this, and this. I'm running out of space on my desk. It's almost as if I've clipped a giant steering wheel project to it. All right, we should be in first gear, at least. There we go. Okay, all right, so Faraday cage, basics 101. You don't need expensive stuff. You just need metal that conducts. Now I'm just using this as a form so that we don't short out our device. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Device meet Faraday cage. Wow, real raspy right there. Yeah, we're still communicating. Still got button pushes. Metal. Says the chat member who doesn't know how to spell metal. Boom. Got him. Okay. So 100%. I can't really hit a button remotely. I could push a pin tool through, a metal pin tool, and go and press the button to see if it updates signal strength at all, or we could just wait. That periodic signal probably should have already come in, all things considered. I don't think signal strength is properly implemented. There's no way that it's blasting its frickin' signals out of this. There's our 0B signal. OB0904, that one's 21. So then the next one to come in is 1C. Well, that said 1A. Oh. Oh yeah, 1A, yeah. 21 and then 1A. We're still at 100% signal strength. Yeah, what a great signal it's getting. So I need to be able to hit the button. So let me find out how to do that. This over here. Where are the buttons? Over there. The question is it actually still gonna see our button press? Let's see. Yep. Let's hit play. Son of a bitch, it did. It still sees the button press. What the hell? All right, let me get a button pusher. Like a little metal, little stainless steel button pusher here. Problem is I can't find the button itself. Kind of Europe reading. Yeah. Ow. Yeah, it definitely got the signal. What the hell? What was that noise? Weird. I'm trying to hit the button, but I can't find it with this stupid setup. Right, if I can get it so that I can brush the button to the side. I see the whole thing moved, that's why. There, okay. It's not reliable, but I can kind of hit it. Wait, where's that? Oh, where'd it go? Son of a bitch. Okay, hold on. It still fucking gets the button press. What the hell? This is a Faraday cage. There it is, 0B. It's still recognizing the... I'm gonna move this away. Move it away. Just get it out of here. Let's just get it out of here. Just move it away. This should be sealing the RF. I'm just gonna walk away with this thing. I'm gonna put it all the way over here across the shop. I'm just gonna put it over here inside of a metal box with no holes. I'm using a metal antenna to push a plastic button. Like, this isn't tuned to 5 gigahertz or whatever. It's not tuned to Bluetooth. It's part of the cage. It's grounded. It was up against the tinfoil. 100% signal strength. Oh my God. I've never seen an RF signal perform like this. Like, that's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's unheard of. This is unfair. This can't be legal. How can she do that? I'm not either, yeah. But when I pushed the button, it was updating in the application just fine. Like, the packets were coming in, we saw them. Now, there might be a different nature to some of the packets. Maybe that's where some of the cool data lies. Where's that update signal? There it is. Pause. It's got a 5F for the voltage. Maybe, chat, maybe this packet is updating and it's the application's front end isn't showing. I think that's what Cannibal was getting at. 21 1B00 5F, and then where's the 0C? There's the 0C, or sorry, the 1A. The 1A that comes in after it, which says, I wish I could program this application to like point out the packets, but that's where the Arduino is going to come in, because we can actually get it to do this. Love me some bus sniffing. Yeah, Trumbull Foreskin would get his nose right up in there. Well, E80F, that's a little different. I wonder if this is the signal strength. 1910, like 1910, 1110, E80F. What's the correlation between these numbers? This should be the low signal strength. Everything else is the same. So let me update everybody, and yeah, our signal strength is still at 100 in the front end. I'm gonna cough my lung out, and then I'm going to update everybody on exactly what we're doing. Okay, so here's the deal. I've got this awesome super duper steering wheel setup that uses a Granite Devices SimuCube. And actually the SimuCube is alive right now, so it's actually fighting me. It'll spring the wheel back. We have been working with digital signals and buses on this project for quite some time now. What we have is a system that speaks the LIN bus in order to take all of the button presses and the shifts and even the analog signal from the pedals that I have, take it all the way back to this microcontroller right here. This microcontroller right here on our own custom little board traditionally is set up in order to run this LIN bus. So we've got all the voltage regulators right here. We have the microcontroller running LIN bus. There's a modem thingy there. And then over here, we have port expanders and digitally configurable potentiometers, because Granite Devices, the Finns, believed that nobody would ever want to digitally communicate with their device. In fact, they would want it so little that they have 4 Ethernet cable connections on this thing that take analog signals and button presses in. Now, the button presses are just a connection to ground. So all we need to do is just set up our port expander to push those buttons. But there's only so many pins on the Ethernet connectors. And so we only have a certain fixed number of button positions. And that means that we cannot get all of the buttons from my beautiful Mercedes steering wheel back into the controller. And we can't get all 8 of the gates on this thing in there. Now, the analogs we're going to always have to do with the potentiometers, but there is a system that SimuCube has in order to allow you to plug in. Basically, it allows you to have a 360-degree twist on your wheel, but then your wheel has to be battery operated. And the way it works is with Bluetooth. I don't know if it's low energy or not, because it fucking blew up our Faraday cage. Doesn't even work. But so anyway, this wireless wheel module was $100. I'm not happy about that, but it's got a little receiver and then the transmitter that we've locked away in the cask of Reynolds wrap ague. Cask of Montague? The Reynolds wrap of a Montague. Anyway, we've got it locked up in a box and covered in tinfoil because we're trying to lower the signal strength. You see, we've got these packets that are TX and RX friendly. There are 2 headers on this side of the wheel over here. One of them, the Bluetooth module plugs into, and the other one is actually, set up for an FTDI device. You can just plug in your little Arduino Pro Mini programmer directly into the thing. What that enables us to do is actually to have the TX and the RX pins on the computer. Now, I have it set up right now with the breadboard because I want to eventually make our device take over that serial signal. And once we do that, then we unlock not only 28 buttons, but if we can spoof another wireless device, then we can have up to 100 buttons connected to this thing. Now, for now, I only need 28, but we're just at the beginning of getting to the bottom of the serial protocol. We know what happens when the thing is in a normal running and operating mode, right? So we have it in a normal running and operating mode, and we got a bunch of packets. Got a bunch of packets that I got through some shady software that's probably mining Bitcoins right now. But it's free Device Monitoring Studio. But anyway, all I need is this, and the ability to cut and paste this into a text file is huge. It's UUUGE. It's spelled with 4 U's. It's huge. So what we've got are a bunch of the different packets. We discovered that there are 2 different types of periodic packet that it sends. So right here, basically during normal functional operation, every now and then it will get one of these. And when it gets one of these, it gets the other one of these. Wait, that was the wrong one. That was the shoulder button. So there's a couple different packets that go on. There's a keep alive packet, and that's what I've locked the oscilloscope to. And that little keep alive packet is running at a very regular interval. It eats a lot of fiber, and it's running at a very regular interval. So our device will send, the wireless device will send a packet to say, I'm here. The base station module responds, and then there's some other block of data that gets sent as well. Some other status data block. But if the device is just allowed to sit, it will periodically send 2 status packets, one after the other, always in this order. So we can see the similarities between everything going on here, right? Well, hold on, let me logically pull you through all this. So we've got a keep alive signal that doesn't change, right? When a status of a button changes, we get these packets here. And the button status is changed depending on whether it's pressed down or lifted up. That's generally the way that you do stuff, right? So if we push down a button, we get this packet. That packet has 2 bytes, or maybe 3 actually. It's these 3 bytes here represent what button is being pushed. So that's this right here. That represents what button is being pushed. If we lift up the button, nothing is being pushed. So that's just the other status update involving the button. So if we can build that packet, we can just send it back and forth, right? Then, in addition to that, if we lower the voltage, or if we swing from voltage to voltage, we get a change in well, that's not a change in voltage here. We don't really know. Here, let me just grab these. Yeah, okay. Change in voltage is represented possibly in these parts, in these 2 packets here. Perhaps these both represent voltage, or maybe 21 and 1A are voltage and signal strength. So when we had the signal strength about the same, 16 to 19 to 11, that seems reasonable. And then the one we just got is E8. Well, that's a big change, but it's a big change in the wrong direction. Perhaps the smaller the number, the less signal there is. Technically, it's across the room right now in a tinfoil box, but yet it still is sending occasional I'm alive packets. It's still, and when I push a button, it was actually able to get that packet. Let's just wait for one of those periodic ones. There it is. Okay, pause. So we have the periodic packet here and here, the 21 and the 1A, and this is still E3. This one is at 92. 92 and E3. Why is that going up so much? I don't think the battery voltage is going down. There. So we got, oh, Control Z. No. Copy. Paste. And this is actually (9.2), and this one's E3. Our signal strength has stayed, if that is even signal strength, 5F, 9.2 are very far apart from one another. Very strange. Very, very strange. I know, block of steel. But it is. It's surrounded by aluminum foil. That should... I'm beside myself here on how this thing is still functioning. Here, can you guys observe something for me? So look right here. I want you to tell me if it registers the button push, because I'm going to be across the room. I'll try not to... Here, I've got a metal chopstick that I can use to push the button. once I figure out where it is. Okay, hold on. I need to, like, I just put a big hole in this thing. Nah, that's not really gonna work. Whoop, there we go. So that pushed the button, but I think it was a little hole in it. It's a little bit much. I don't know. Did you guys see the button get pressed? Yeah, you guys saw it. Okay. It registers. Well, the hole that I made is possibly a little big for RF to get through. I don't understand this at all. This thing, this should be a perfectly acceptable RF cage, right? Radios shouldn't be getting out of that thing. That's a Faraday cage. I'm a little beside myself. Down to 10%. What was? Yeah, it's my tinfoil hat. Connection percentage of 42. What are we talking about? Oh, sorry, wait. Where are you getting 42 from? What's that? All right, so I'm going to take this thing out of here, which will drastically alter, supposedly, the signal strength. I'll look at the signal that we get now. So we're looking for the 0B signals. We got 2 packets coming in. There we go. Pause. This one's different. 21. Okay, so let's grab that. So we got our 21 and our 22. So this is be in tinfoil jail. Out of tinfoil jail. We're doing science. Science. My voice is all over the place just because of the coughing. It's been rough, man. It'll hopefully go away in a day or so. Oh my god, somebody rang the doorbell now. All hell's breaking loose. 0B, 0B. Copy that. Get that in here. At some point, they're going to be installing our generator. I don't know when that exactly is going to be, but I'll let you guys know, because when they do, the power is going to go out. And it's not today, you know. So on the wheel screen, there's a, oh, let me see. Let me see. It was like way at the bottom. Oh, connection, 100%. Oh, so that actually went down to 42%? Oh. Snoopy with the inside line here. Hold on. So maybe the screen that we were on just wasn't updating. If I put this in here, and the battery's like red. It's like, oh my god, I need battery so bad. Where did my tinfoil go? Oh, yeah, it's right here. Using a lot of tinfoil feels very wasteful, doesn't it? 97. Yeah, you're right. That one's actually updating. And relatively fast, too. 70, 80, 90. It looks like the front face, if it's not properly connected there. Now it's properly all connected. It goes right back to 100%. When I take my hands off of it, it goes back to 100%. It's like I need a rubber band around this in order to hold this thing closed. Look at that. Now it's down 77. That's the only way that it could do it. It definitely isn't doing this with button presses because I'm not pressing the button. Unless this is a function of the receiver module. Can we get a consistent number that's below 100%, please? %? Jeez, I just want this to get stable. I can't type with it here. Yeah, you're right. I'll put it over here. It went up. It went up to 70%. 74. Okay, I want a consistent number, please. Ugh. I'm trying to correlate this to part of the packet, so 80%. $74. 77. This is 77. Maybe. 77 or 71. We'll see if we can get anything out of it. So we got that one. See, now we can actually put it to a number. And then we got this one. Funny that it's 2 packets. I would have tried to shove all this data into one. But this is at 11,200 baud, so all that data is running around very quickly. BF D7. D70F. So I guess it is using a lot of that stuff there, but how does it correlate to 77% if 100? Well, I mean, these are inconsistent at 100. 16, 19, E8, E3, E4. The E3, E4, E8, D70F. What's a keep alive look like? C5. Whereas before it was B5. But it never dropped below. I mean, B5 and C5 are pretty up there. That could be what it is. C1, C7, C8, all the way up to 82. 80% C8. Here, let's see. Let me open the top. We'll jump to 100. D4, 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 D4. CC, D4. I think you guys are right. 60, C1, C2, BD, B5. Maybe not. Maybe you guys aren't right. Doesn't look like it correlates. C to D, though. C to D. That seems like a very limited range, though. Well, there it's back at C9. D1, D0. It's like it has 5 values, but this thing has a 3-digit number, so. I don't know. I don't really quite see it correlating. .04 electricity not found. Yeah, it responds on this screen, not on the other one. The other one's locked in at 100%. See, it's just locked in at 100. This part of the UI isn't updating. we found, or rather, Zitmus, was it Zitmus? No, who was it? Kyle Baratus 2 identified this number here that I had missed. This one right here. So this is the one that updates, so we can actually look at this, and it updates pretty quick, so we can actually correlate the numbers with the signals that we're getting back on serial. Even though I'm not really decoding, it would be easier if I like legitimately decoded this, but this is good enough. Hello? What's going on here? I don't know, like that number does appear to be increasing and decreasing with the amount of on the keep alive, with the amount of, but it's tied to this device. So I don't see why it would be in the unaddressed generic packet that's coming in. I don't know why that would be, unless it's but the signal strength is from it to the device. So it'd be something that would have to be transmitted remotely back in. Save the serial data to a file so the peanut gallery can poke around. Hey, if you guys want to. I don't know if I have save capabilities on this. Dimsworks? What the hell? Control A. There we go. You're gonna have to do some work on this. Here, I'm gonna save this one, and then new. Paste. Oh my god. And then what I can do is put that into my stream project section. Oh my god, Uncle Phil is a new PFP. Let's see, stream projects. And I'll give you guys both of the files as they exist right now. This one, and then captures. You two go into here and hit upload. Go. You guys can play with that. It's in the Discord, in the stream project section. And the only thing I ask you guys is that you keep my stream project section on topic. I will delete stuff and I won't even apologize on that channel. That channel is just where I'm dumping basically my free thoughts into what I'm doing. Sometimes there's a couple jokes, sometimes there's discussion, but I like to minimize that as much as possible because I like to jump into that channel and get links and things that I was, thinking about. That's the only one that I really heavily moderate. Everything else is pretty free in the Discord. That channel served the purpose of like datasheet dumps and stuff like that when I've needed to. But yeah, you guys can play around with that data if you want. If you can figure anything out. I like having it all be right in front of me and live. I mean, we're definitely seeing changes in these numbers, but this is data. This is the kind of stuff that should be sent back from the remote device, maybe. I mean, otherwise the base would be responding with like multiple. Well, we don't know if there are multiple devices connected. How long is this log? Oh, that's a lot of data. Let's have fun with that. This stuff at the beginning is not part of the test. It starts down there, and then we've been running just this constant log file, starting and stopping it. So all of that junk data that we got when the device wasn't connected is still there. Hold on, I hit play. What's going on? Play. Hello? Play. Go. Go. Where are you not doing? What? What happened? I still see the signal on the scope. Still see the signal on our scope. Why are we not running our, They changed something? Packet view, COM9. Data view is kind of useless to us. Same with console view, of course, has garbage. It's just garbage. At least we got that slash to start off every packet. That's interesting. Is there always something in brackets? Wait, was that? Hold on. No, 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 no. I don't know. It does. I mean, that's interesting. Star underscore star. What is that? Is that part of the packet being sent, or is that something? Because why would you have beginning bracket and end bracket in ASCII running across the signal? That's an odd one. Also, why am I not receiving anything on this device anymore? Well, okay, yeah, it's gibberish, but there are why does it have this? This right here looks like something. I mean, the FO5 and the HT stuff, that's maybe that should be ones and zeros or hexadecimal, but like the fact that it's got this beginning and this end on it is a little bit interesting to me. That seems like kind of intentional. And maybe some of the characters are implemented. We don't have an end parentheses on any of these though. Huh, weird. Okay, or it could just be, you know, just the gibberish of the signal, you're right. Why did this stop running? Clear the view. Hit play. Why it do? Why you stop? What are you stopping? I'm gonna restart the program. I think maybe that big Control A copy killed it. COM9. All the same settings, and we just need our packet view. Well, packet view and console view, because that was actually kind of neat. Start. Did I not say start? Did I rip out a cable? No, this thing's still blinking. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm looking at console view. That's why packet view. Yeah, here we are. God, do I not need any of this crap? Well, at least we know three milliseconds is the time between keep alive. Let me make note of that. All right, so we're back. We got our data view again. So this thing is at 48%, and we're still getting sort of the same range of signals here. But I mean, that data is coming in pretty quickly. So I don't really know. I don't know where this data is being sent from. We can, when we start spoofing it, we can send it junk data and see what it gets. I mean, we can do that while the module's plugged in too. We can just send it the data and see what happens. One thing that I'm interested in though is what happens when we boot up. So let's quickly just take a look at that, because I want the whole startup sequence. I want all the packets that are running around during startup. So I'm going to turn off the Granted Devices controller over here. I'll get this out of the cask of a Montague. And then there's apparently something tells it that it's dying. Hey, good investment here. Getting pink LEDs. They're hilarious. I love it. And my little pink indicator. God, that thing is bright. All right, cleaning up some tin foil here. I just say it's good to get like weird colored LEDs. Not everything is blue and red and green. I have to use my greens a little bit more though. All right, one more tin foil box. I mean, we have the capture of a signal strength change, so at least, oh no, in the wrong bin. At least we'll be able to observe that in the numbers. It's strange that it didn't have like a direct. So the question, the direction is always up. Why won't it go down? I don't know. That's just whatever the data stream is. I have TX I have the receive pin plugged in, not the send, because we're not sending anything back. We don't want to communicate back on that line. We're only observing it. We only look at one pin. So I don't know if I plugged it in differently or something. I could get an up and a down. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know. All right. So we want to capture the entire startup sequence. If I hit play right now, no data. Good. All right. So I'll start it up. Boop. F. I think those packets are cut off. Whoa. Okay. So that's, oh God, it's still going. Okay, pause. Oh my God, this is a lot of data. Well, it still isn't running a normal packet, actually. Oh, because the wheel module isn't turned on. Well, we can look at a little bit of this. We'll start a new notepad document. I got a lot of deleting to do on this in order to pull out all of these signals. Oh my God. I'll have to work on that separate. It might just be down to me actually deleting everything like this. The up will be the wireless sending is down what it receives. It depends on how you connect everything. Yeah, the program isn't like all encompassing. It's only hooked up to an Arduino thing. So it's just doing TX and RX. It's an FTDI board. Save as, this would be actually, this is useless. Hold on, we need to capture that again. And I need to do it while the wheel is on. So we want to instantly have it do the handshake that a wheel's connected. Because right now, what we'd be looking at is just, where's the wheel? Which, boy howdy, there's a lot of different data in here for where's the wheel. It's just asking where the wheel is. This is a lot of stuff going on. What the hell is it doing? For some reason our data runs out. I have a feeling these are larger packets. God, that is a lot of just junk. And there's no reply from the bus master. What, do you think that's requesting different stuff for the Bluetooth module? I don't know. I think that might be trying to run a screen. I think this might be for a screen, which is why it actually looked like something on the COM port. Yeah, I think it at startup, hey Blue, I think at startup what it does is it figures out whether or not a screen is connected or a Bluetooth module is connected. But all right. Wireless or wired? Well, I mean, there's no talk about how to, do that from the website. They don't tell you how, anything about this. This is why this is reverse engineering. They said they would do something, but they never have. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. Yeah, 6001. I think it's looking for, oh my God, so many of the same packet here. All right, so let's do it this time with the wheel actually like starting up. So I'm going to clear the screen and then turn this thing off. Let it power down. I guess I'll just hit buttons during this just to keep it awake, I guess. So I need to hit play. Then I need to turn this on. I need to hit buttons. There we go. Wait, that didn't... What? It went right back to being chaos. Hold on a minute. What the hell happened? All right, pause. Went right back to being chaos. Oh, I see. I guess I could have... No, can't cut and paste it from here because it's all over the place. Huh. Oh, man. Hold on. One sec. I'm going to cough. Oh, boy. Something's going to get lodged in my voice box. And I won't be able to continue. I'll be like, Chad, remember me. Excuse me. It went right back to spitting gibberish. I don't understand. Hello? This thing should be powered up. Barely any battery in it. Is it registering the button presses over here, though? No, it's not. Okay. Did it? How did it lose power? What the hell? All right, so here's what I can do. Clear the view. I'm gonna unplug power and then plug it back in, and then we'll see what it says about that. Although this thing should be able to be turned on. If I hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Hold both of them. That makes it discoverable. Ah, there we go. I hit both of the triggers at once, and then it woke up again. All right, so I'm gonna put it back to sleep, though. Nope, the module's woken up. The module is woken up, and there goes that little handshake when we power it up. So we woke up the module. Ah, damn it. Damn it, damn it all, damn it all. All right, unplug this. Park that over there. So now there's nothing, there's no thingamajig connected, and it's looking for it. But if I turn off the main system, turn it back on. See, I need that magical moment of where it wakes up the module. Yeah. You got the manual in front of you. All right, so here's where it's trying to figure out who or what it is. And then if I hit play, when I power this up. So I hit play, power it up. There it is. There's that beautiful handshake. I can hit pause. This is good data. Control A, copy. Notepad, paste. It is a hideous string of things that aren't relevant. But in these 90 lines, we've got all the signals we need. Save as module connect. I'll put that in there too. I'm going to be working with that part of the signal to try to suss out. Try to suss out what the different things are saying. Column select, how do you do that? Wait a minute. Is it an SHA 25 generation? Do I need to be in column mode? Use Alt and mouse selection or Alt Shift arrow key to switch to column mode. Alt Shift arrow key. Oh, look at that. Wait a minute. Yoink. Nope. Oh, wait a minute. No. I fucked it up. Okay. I know how to do it now. Alt and mouse drag. This is more fun. So, Alt Shift down. Fuck. Over. Nope. What the, hey! What are you, oh, you bastard. All right, hold on. Okay, there we go. It took me all the way back to the beginning when I went one too far, which is not really all that effective. Delete. Haha! Look at us. We got packets now. Sweet. I'll give you guys that too. In the Discord. So this is what we would do in order to wake up the module. Now there are replies from the bus master during that sequence, and I don't know what they are because we don't have it connected like that. So yeah, I did not know Alt and Shift as a column select mode. That's very useful. That would have been useful to know years ago. It's crazy. And you can just drag and drop. You don't have to do what I did. The ... kind of worries me because I feel like there's more data here that our program isn't giving us. And it might be good for us to maybe take these with a, take these with a different program or something like that. But these are just the thing calling out into the ether, whether or not stuff is there. Fluffle. Fluffy fluffle flufflaw. All right. And then down here, something happens. And it awakens something in our module. And then it starts going to our normal. This isn't normal, actually. D4, DDC, blah, 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 blah. A01C 002081. These aren't very normal. I thought I got the normal packets at the end. Yeah, 1C202. Yep. So these are the normal keep alive packets here. So we can I'll just separate that out. Oh, I know that one too. Never mind. Oh, one sec. Hey, chat, look at the desk. What do you mean I sound different? God. I've got the cough from the anime where when they cough blood, they're gonna be dead soon. Yeah, so sleep mode, I don't know. It sends that periodic signal and then it stops, I think. But I think what it's trying to do is run a serial screen. I think it's actually trying to run a screen. But then again, in our serial printout, it didn't really look like anything. It didn't look like a serial screen trying to be run, so. But if you plug in the wireless wheel module, it sends possibly this packet, or this packet, or this packet, or this packet. It has some kind of a thing going on. And I think the bus master, the actual Granite Devices controller has something to say back to it. I don't really know what that's going to be. I don't know what that's going to look like. But if we can spoof this, I mean, that'll be good enough. Looks like that was not supposed to be there, so we can just tack that onto the end. It looks like it's sending the same, like, keep alive signal now. So it just goes into sending that. But, like, what's this? 941A, 1B, 45. It just keeps going. God damn it. Hold on. I don't know if I have a screen. I have a bunch of, I don't know if I have a serial screen. What kind of screen do we use? Hold on. Where am I going? I'm going to my browser. Granite Devices screen. SimuCube 2. Fuck. I can't laugh. Start coughing. It's a granite screen for my house. Perfect. Just what I was looking for. Excuse me. An awkward little motherboard, though. God, I need to... Hold on, I need to really cough it out. God, that's not fun. What is this thing? Huh. Oh, God, it's Twitter. Run. Run from Twitter. Nobody screen cap that. Indiegogo, really? March 2016, really? Oh, wow. Yeah, this project originated a long time ago, and I bought a bunch of stuff for it thinking that I would do the open wheel project. And Simucube came along, and it was like, oh shit, this thing's awesome. So it did everything that I wanted it to do. I'm wondering where this screen is that they keep talking about being able to plug into the base station. But I don't see anybody really doing anything with it. This is their Simucube 2 is basically the whole controller is plugged onto the back of the motor. So I don't really know what people are doing with those in order to put, like, you know, button modules and stuff in. They want you to buy the modules that we're reverse engineering right now. I want you to actually see this is the actual servo motor. They use a different is a longer servo motor, which is, for us, we have more of a pancake style motor, which means we have more torque. A ton of torque on this thing. Torques. This does not seem... Yeah, that doesn't seem right. GeForce LCD, no. I don't know. I don't see a lot of people working with the Simucube, to be honest. So... Seen that or a similar motor on another stream? Yeah, these are like real nice. But the point of the Simucube, the original one, is that I can use whatever motor. So I just get something on eBay. Something random on eBay. And that's just what I did. It's just what I did. That's a much smaller motor. Must be nice. Must be nice to have a small... Actually, no, it's a similar size. They just have a different bracket. Why would you put it in a vise? What are you doing? What are you doing to this poor motor controller? I'm gonna die of a cough. That's what I'm gonna do. So somebody out there has to have plugged in an LCD to their Simucube, their original Simucube, and that's what we're trying to look at here. You guys are as distracted as Twitch chat normally is, but I want to know how to plug in an LCD to this thing, because it's referenced. What is this? This is a new picture. I haven't seen this one before. Stuck in DFU mode. Oh no, we don't have that problem. I'm gonna cough. God, it's a loud cough. And they talk about it here in the pinout. They just say, yeah, this is where you would serial connector, serial display connector, SIR-DISP. I don't think anybody's done anything with it. SIR-DISP. Knowledge Wiki. Oh my god. This is the Granity software. Oh, none of that stuff is relevant. Okay. Okay. Can't really, can't really find much, huh? Talk about the wireless wheel system here. Because they almost immediately pivoted to the Simucube 2 that probably makes them all their money, to be honest, because people who do racing sims don't do this stuff. Yeah, I just don't know. I feel like what it's trying to do is send characters to a display. I just don't know what kind of like serial display, like serial LCD display or something. I don't know if it would be this, but if it is something like that, you know, like one of these guys. But then you have to give it all that stuff, and this is the I2C module you can add on to these LCDs. Hold on. I'm talking a lot, and my cough is getting more and more aggressive as a result. So I may pack it up in a minute here. 3.5 hours. Is that like, what's like my minimum required stream time? As a partner, I don't think I have one. It's all with Sim Racing 7 dashboard screen case for SimuCube. Huh. VRS base on eBay. Because it wouldn't be like a gauge display. It would be more like a system display. So it'd be something like this, right? Like an LCD. But this, the serial, the LCDs don't usually do TX and RX. They usually have, you know, like I2C or one of these things with a billion pins on it. Blah, blah, health. I'm okay. I'm just coughing a lot. I think maybe it's going to start getting disruptive if I keep going. So, we have all our data. We have a bunch of data, and I've put a bunch of that stuff into the Discord. So if you guys want to look at some of these packets, it's not really going to be all that helpful for you guys. I don't know. Maybe you can figure out what the hell's going on here. We don't. Our capture didn't even get the whole thing. That's what this ... is. There's more data than that, which is really frustrating. And until I can unpack it with like an Arduino live, I just don't know what to do with this stuff here. It's just very confusing what the hell is going on here. There's some similarity in the packets, like all these 6s and these Uh-oh, I rearranged it. But, you know, there's something here. It's interesting. I think with a little bit of work, I can figure out how to wake up the device and spoof the module. And that'll be done through the Arduino, through a little bit of a code twiddling. We have to receive data with the Arduino and check that it matches this data so that we know that what we send back will be recognized properly. And what we can do is try to take it into that startup sequence. And I would look at, we still need to look at the startup sequence on the scope. I need to capture the whole thing, and then we can sort of look at what the handshake is there between the TX and the RX. I was trying to look for that LCD module to see what the serial protocol is and whether or not maybe it looks like this. Maybe that's trying to run an LCD. I don't know. It does look like there's a lot of just weird stuff going on in there. And then if it's turned into characters, not exactly relevant. But maybe, I don't know, maybe an LCD that gets TX and RX does that. I don't know. I don't know, man. But I don't see any evidence of it. It's funny because we're kind of a pariah with this thing because not a lot of people are doing stuff with the SimuCube controller, which is baffling to me, but I think it's because of the complexity of it. I think the complexity of running a big 3-phase motor, getting all your connections together and working properly, and just building something like this from the ground up is very difficult. And I think for the most part, the sim racing crowd wants to assemble their sim racer and then use it. But I'm having a ball with this stuff. I really enjoy poking into a device on this and being able to work on this from a, I'm going to be a contrarian. Screw your health, more reverse engineering. I know. I want to keep working on this, but I think I'm going to keep working on this without having to talk. So save that data. You guys have it online. You might need to clean it up a little bit. I will be looking into this, and we will come back on Thursday with all sorts of cool things that we can all discuss, right? And we'll try to wrap the Arduino into the rest of this. We'll try to see if I can spoof being a wireless module in its entirety. And then from there, we can do things like send it values that it's gonna like be like, what the fuck is this, right? We can send it those values and see what the percentage changes on the connection and the battery. And then we already know how to send it button presses. That was evident immediately from looking at the packets live. So it's all starting to come together. We just have a little bit of decoding to do, whether or not we fake being this module or if we can figure out how to connect multiples. We'll be able to do that though. All right. With that, I bid you adieu, a Mountain Dew and some Cheetos. Is there, I don't really want to raid, I don't think. I don't think. I mean, we should do a, who the hell is that? Oh, Strippin changed his logo. Jesus Christ. No longer, bop. Kid Boga's doing a rerun. I would like to get on that guy's radar at some point, but all right, let's just pack it up, huh? Let's pack it up. You guys know where you want to go. Thursday. I'm going to be back on Thursday, and we will continue with this. We're making good progress, but I need to rest my voice, so I will catch you guys then. Goodbye forever.